It's 2 years! 2 years of being tired and upset. Is it even worth it? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, man. What the hell? Ah, my god. Okay, let's add some music, okay? I will probably need to stop it at some point. But I guess it's fine. Let's do something different for once, okay? 3-hour Pokemon with the most beautiful songs, relaxing chill vibes, up to 9G. I thought the vaccines only gave you up to 5G. Technology is amazing. Even though we're meant to celebrate 2-year anniversary today, I have to say I'm still upset. Wow, this is kinda loud actually. Hold up. Kinda loud. It's just spiking inner forest legend of Arceus. Why? Is it that good? I wouldn't know, honestly. I wouldn't know. I am upset. I keep being upset. It's so annoying. Ah, man. Why? Why live like this? I know I've mentioned lately how both YouTube and Kick have been... Kick? Okay, Freud. YouTube and Twitch, wrong streaming platform. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on today. I thought it was okay just up until now. But yeah, YouTube and Twitch have been quite scuffed for a couple of weeks. But now it's time for me to be upset at Kick. Sometimes the stream category doesn't change, and that upsets me a lot. I guess Saturday's stream, even though I know I changed it to just chatting, because I knew I did it, it was still in Pokemon Emerald. Kick, fix your stuff, okay? Fix it. Why? Why do I have to suffer so much just because you won't let me change my stream category? I don't understand. I checked. Today we should be fine. Today we should be still in special events, and that appears to be the case. So, congratulations. You're fine for now. Ah man, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. When it's not YouTube, it's Twitch. When it's not Twitch, it's YouTube. When it's not one of those, it has to be Kick. I have to admit that Kick is just scuffed. It doesn't seem to be evil, gambling aside. So, it's not that bad. I had trouble with YouTube and Twitch connection-wise, but I don't think I have with Kick yet. So, congratulations. That's actually really good. Not complaining about that, I'm complaining about other things. Also, I'm really tired today. I was dying yesterday. I don't know why. I couldn't really sleep at all. It was really rough. I was having a massive headache too. I'm better today, but it's hotter than usual. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. My back is killing me. It doesn't matter if I sleep in my bed. It doesn't matter if I take a nap on the sofa. It just hurts. Do I need to flip my mattress again? Maybe I need to do it. I just did it, but maybe I need to do it again. Might be too soft. I'm not soft, okay? I need to be hard. Anyway. 2 years. 2 years of streaming already. That's kind of crazy, dude. That's kind of crazy. And to be fair, I started streaming with no clear idea, really, of what I was trying to accomplish. I guess I was trying to speak my mind, and I guess I'm okay at it. Sometimes I have trouble, right? But it's that idea of not falling for, dare I say, social conventions and whatnot. and just say things as you see them. And I think I'm okay at that, right now at least. Also, it's really funny because the first streams are so bad. They're so bad. I didn't have a webcam for the longest time. Those first models were really scuffed, even more than now, so you know it was really bad. And it was just a little bit all over the place. Which is really funny when you think about it, right? Because I'm entering my 3rd year doing stuff on the internet. And I think only now I start to understand what's the deal with content creation. Even though I've been watching stuff for, I don't want to say how much, but for many years, I'm finally starting to understand how to get things rolling, kinda. And it's not easy, okay, it's not easy. So it's also really funny, we had to mention that I'm surviving the average lifespan for a vtuber. Which is honestly hilarious to me. Apparently the average lifespan is just about 1 to 1.5 years, which is not a whole lot. So A, I'm not dying, I'm not going anywhere, I'm gonna be here forever. Well, probably not forever, right? And I suppose this kinda happens because people see VTubing as something, wow, so new, so cool. Look at those whole life girls, they're so successful out of the bat. Well, that's real. It's not out of the bat, right? They were already successful before, so you have to grind it. Just because you have a modeling screen doesn't mean you're gonna be successful. You have to grind it, and grinding it's tough, man, it's tough. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time especially. I'm not even saying this as a successful content creator. I'm a tiny guy, what can you say? On the internet. I'm really big in real life. Okay, I guess. So, I guess some get a little bit desperate because they don't see immediate growth. It's not going to happen. Successful streamers that I've seen will tell you, you will probably spend a full year streaming to nobody before you start to get people popping in the chat. And yeah, that seems to be fair. That actually seems to be quite fair. It's not easy becoming a successful content creator because there are a lot of people trying to, right? There's fierce competition and you need to set yourself apart. Just having a model on your screen, it's not enough. Also, it's really easy to see some people that get really big really fast. That's not going to happen to you. That's exceedingly rare, right? We mentioned this before, how, at least on Twitch, because we have the numbers, you have an average of 10 people watching you. Technically it's nothing. It's like a room of people. Your top 10% most watched people, 10% CCV, I suppose, on the platform. And you're gonna see somebody reaching, like, perhaps 1,000 CCV in a year. That's not going to happen to you. That happens to, what, 1 in... I don't want to say a million, I'm gonna say 1 in a million to be hyperbolic. It's fine, it doesn't happen to you. Also, I'm pretty sure most of those streamers and content creators are actually industry plants, because it doesn't make any sense. I didn't really know too much about Kai's Nat until, what, a year and a half ago? And the guy was already the biggest streamer on Twitch. And I was like, okay, sure, I don't know everybody on Twitch, obviously, but who is this guy? Well, apparently he's a guy and he's really big. Now I know much more about him, thanks to being on the news bunch. Not necessarily for good things, but I don't think also for necessarily bad things. Some of them are a little bit unfortunate. Also, hello, Imperator. I'm going a little bit of retrospective on the past 2 years and my thoughts in general. We'll get to silly stuff in, I don't know, in a while. I'm all over the place today, more than usual, so please bear with me. And I'm gonna be blunt with this, okay? I'm gonna be blunt. Even though I'm a tiny content creator, I do see myself as top 50% quality, which is not saying anything. If you're not at least top 10%, do you really exist on the internet? Probably not. And this comes from something I've been seeing lately. I knew this happened, but I didn't really see it until now. Thanks YouTube for recommending me small vtubers too to watch, because the algorithm actually works. They're actually pushing small content creators in the algorithm, which is, hey, better than Twitch already, so we cannot complain too much. And sometimes I pop in. Look, I never chat, okay? I'm big lurker, and I'm not gonna say this criticism I have is a veteran and successful content creator. I say this as a veteran content watcher, which is not the same. Which it's probably their advice. And I see these people, and I'm like, okay, that would be an okay model. That would be actually a nice model. And I'm watching, and I don't watch them for long, okay? I usually blast music on the side, or I already have my people that I watch. But I'm still curious about new people, right? But yeah, I watch them and I'm like, okay, I know this game. Oh, this game is a classic, or I don't know anything about this game. Let's take a look. And I stay there, wondering, why is nothing happening? I don't understand. And not in the sense of zoomer brain rot. Whoa! Explosions, lights, screams. No, it's just that I seen one recently. I think I'm gonna say she because it was a female model. If it was a Babi Niku, it's not my fault, okay? I'm going to misgender you. Welcome to my stream. I'm evil. And she was playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I never finished the game, but I played it a bunch many years ago. Not when I was a kid, but I was in a strange multiplayer odd game simulators. Nothing has changed. I was like, Mystic Quest, that's a cool game. And I stayed there for a little bit. And nothing happened. Because the streamer wasn't saying anything. And sure, I understand that sometimes you need to be quiet a little bit. I do that sometimes because I think it makes sense, right? When we play the Yakuza games, Yakuza Kiwami 2 soon, by the way. I still need to install it, but soon. Should be this Thursday. If we have long scenes with characters talking, I'm going to shut up, because characters talking is important, right? Even though they speak in Japanese and the text is in English, I think it makes sense to try to immerse ourselves into the lore a little bit. You might need to focus on a boss fight or whatever, that makes sense. You might also want to have a cinematic experience with really important fights. I guess Dragon Ball Kakarot comes to mind with the obvious fights, right? Super Saiyan Goku vs Frieza, Super Saiyan 2 Goku vs Perfect Cell. That additional fight you had at the end with Super Saiyan 3 Goku against Kid Buu during the Spirit Bomb. Those are cool fights, and I understand if you want to make them the focus of that part of the stream. I think it makes sense. It's not for everyone, I suppose, but there's logic behind that. These streamers don't say anything. I've seen some of them and I don't really know how they sound. Why is that? I do understand that there might be a niche for gameplay. I'm gonna say content, I also want to say videos, because it was far more common with videos, which is just a guy playing, but the game is just the content. There's no interaction, it's just the game. That's fine, but if you're gonna do that, why do you have a model on your screen, right? Isn't that for you to be really expressive? I think I see that way. So, if you're not gonna say anything, and sometimes you don't even look at chat, even when you have people talking in the chat, which it's really important. I bet I missed somebody in the chat at some point, and I'm sorry about that. But it doesn't happen constantly. and I try to talk about the stuff constantly. I keep talking about the game I'm playing if I don't have anything better to say. That's coming from me having watched a lot of Let's Plays back in the day. Look at me right now. I cannot stop talking, and I keep fumbling when I'm talking because I'm me as hell, and my brain goes much faster with the ideas than trying to parse them into English and my tongue speaking. That's the idea behind streams in general, I feel. And shit, I'm losing my train of thought here. Please understand, I do have my flaws, okay? But yeah, I think it defeats the purpose a little bit of trying to be a VTuber if you're gonna be just staying there playing games. And I don't think these types are gonna grow a lot, which is funny because most of them I'm seeing are actually bigger than me. Take for that what you will. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not something that seems enjoyable to watch. And it's actually quite hilarious because sometimes I cannot even hear the game, and if you're not talking, if I cannot hear the game, it's just something moving on the screen and nothing happening. That seems flawed to me. That seems flawed to me. I don't know, I guess I could be wrong. And yeah, of course, if you start making content, and if that's your first time making content as a VTuber, if you didn't make content before, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna fumble, you're gonna be shy, sure, you're not gonna know how to act. That's fine. I know I've seen people mentioning this before, I don't know who it was, but you're always going to be, as a content creator, a strange mix between yourself and the people you like to watch, and that is true. Try to channel a little bit what they do. That's gonna be useful, okay? It's gonna be one way of, I don't know, fake it till you make it, I guess. I think it makes sense. I think it actually works. And if you expect to see huge success in just 6 months, it's not going to happen. And you will see, wow, but this new VTuber is so big. Yeah, have you seen this up and coming theme VTuber called Sabeko Saba? Whoa! She hasn't streamed yet. She has a short video and an actual short on YouTube. And I guess I can look up exactly how many subs she has right now, right? Because it's insane. It's so much. It's so high. How could this happen? 469,000. Whoa! It's not going to happen to you, okay? Even though it's a new account, this is a pre-established content creator. That was the biggest envtuber, okay? And now it's not Mouse, it's the Shark. And she was already established before becoming the Shark. So, you're gonna see success, but not the hard work. Oh my god, I'm a fucking boomer. It's finally happening! It's finally happening, I'm the boomer now. And that's fine, but there's a lot of work, man. There's a lot of work if you want to be an actual content creator. What I'm saying is, do not become desperate. I guess also some of these types are actually, like, quite young, and sure, I've seen a huge divide in, dare I say, the VTuber community. I would say VTuber sphere, right? Or VTuber demographic. Once again, people keep pushing for this community kind of name. It's not a community, it's just a bunch of people. Okay? Because let's be real, the EN indies have nothing to do with JP corpus. Sure, they're still tubers. There's no connection to culture, okay? It's fine. But you have like two big groups in general, and sure, there are people in between, right? I'm not saying, it's a dichotomy. No, I'm not a communist, okay? But you obviously have young people, these here really young. They're late tweens, early 20s. And when you say early 20s, it's like 22 at most, okay? And then you have the hags. Still skew like late 20s, early 30s, or even going further than that, I bet. And when you say late 20s, I mean at least 28. It's just random numbers, I suppose. That's how I make the cuts here. And that's a big difference of about 10 years, right? And with those 10 years, if you're older, you understand that, yeah, this actually takes work. It's not, yay, I'm gonna do the thing. Well, it's fine if you want to do the thing. Well, yeah, sure, why not? Why wouldn't you? It's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're going to fumble, and that's okay. I guess if you have 10 more years of experience, you know that you're going to fumble, and that's fine, but you keep on trucking. I guess some of the younger people don't know too much about failing. God, I'm a fucking boomer. I'm a boomer. It was bound to happen. You all know I'm old. Come on now. I guess those get a little bit too desperate, and they might not be internet savvy, right? I mentioned this. I've been on the internet for centuries at this point. It feels like centuries in internet years. So I've seen the rise and fall of empires, and I know that people are absolutely nasty. So if you have young people, there might be, I want to say, wholesome chunkers, even though it might not be correct, right? But actual wholesome kids, they're gonna get eaten alive, and they're not ready for that. And they're gonna quit the internet, which is, I don't know, it's kind of wild it's going to happen. Once again, I'm trying to say, do not get too desperate. You might fail, and that's okay. If you fail, now you understand how you failed. You're gonna fail in a new way. That's fine, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I guess that's kind of my point, right? I guess I wanted to say more stuff, but I think I completely lost my train of thought at some point, and it's not coming back. It's not coming back. I guess one of the most important rules about content creation is to have fun. Sure, it takes a lot of time, it takes work, but if you're not having fun, you're wasting your time. That's why you keep on tracking. Oh my god, what do you mean? Like 150 subs in 2 years? You're failing. I don't give a fuck. I'm having fun. I'm actually having fun. And yes, once again, I'm actually realizing stuff about content creation right now. So, how are you gonna be successful if you don't know what you're doing? Well, you can fumble your way to success, especially if you're a games dev. I don't wanna go into that right now, at least. Keep trying things. It's fine. It's fun. What's the worst that can happen? That you don't go anywhere? That's okay. And you have to understand that most people are not gonna make it as big content creators. And you know what? That's okay. You're not gonna be the next Mr. Beast. And I wouldn't want to be the next Mr. Beast. I guess I wasn't thinking about this, but it might be important. I guess also some people join the gimmick. I'm gonna call it the gimmick right now. Trying to get a lot of money really fast. Trying to get into corpus and whatnot. Wow, I'm gonna be the next one alive. And sure, that may be the way for some people. That may actually work for some people. If you don't love what you're doing, trust me, they're gonna know you're not gonna make it. Which is something I don't quite understand. I guess there's also a lot of graduations because they become like, how do they call those? Like 2 views, this is 2 views, like 50 plus SB. And they can get into small corporations, which sure, it's not bad. The corporate's always gonna give you a boost. It's also gonna be more work. But I see a lot of tubers being desperate about getting into corporations, into companies. And like, okay, but why? It might depend on your kind of content, right? If you are more of the idle kind, trying to go into music and whatnot, yeah, having a corporation is really important because they're gonna deal with most of that. They have more weight for events, covers, perhaps, original songs. So I think it makes sense. But if you're I don't know, just like a normal streamer, why would you want to go into a corporation? I mentioned this before, but I know they wouldn't want somebody like me in Hollow, at least Hollow Stars in this case. I also wouldn't want to join. I'm not an idol. I'm actually quite terrible with music. I love music. I don't understand it. I had a lot of trouble with music as a subject back in school. So you know, shit is dire. Why would you want to go into corporation when you want to be free, huh? I guess that's a little bit my vision of it. You're gonna get into a lot of trouble if you go into corporation. But if it's my trouble, it's mine alone. If it's somebody else's trouble, why do I have to care? See? See? It's not a gimmick. I am individualistic in nature. Real individualistic, by the way. And I don't think that's necessarily wrong. I might bite you in the ass, because at some point you have to realize, if you get really big, there's a lot of stuff you cannot do on your own because you don't have enough physical time to do it, right? Like pushing out clips, videos, trying to do calling appearances, even though if it's something small, getting sponsorships, collabs, and all that. At that point, you have to work 24/7. If you're gonna work 24/7, you better like your work. If not, why are you bothering? I mean, the money might be good, but there has to be a better way of making money, okay? I don't really hate corpus, but they're not without flaws, okay? They're not without flaws. And when we see change in Saba, right? People have been saying, well, now she might be able to be more unhinged. Sure, that may be cool. I think there's also too unhinged. We'll see, we'll see. I'm not making a judgment, I'm just cautious, as I usually am. So yeah, I had to mention the drama stuff. Maybe I had to mention the drama stuff. There's a lot of drama, right? And I don't want to say it's by design, but it's obviously a sub-product of the industry being what it is. Overwhelmingly female. I just seen some of this drama, like, who was it? Cinder, I think? There was a huge drama a while back because of backstabbing. I was looking at that and was like, this is just high school bullshit. I cannot be bothered. I'm a guy and I'm old. I cannot care. I just cannot care about this. You cannot make me. It's just boring. I don't give a fuck. And I guess that's okay. And I guess even to find, like, actual connections with people, this might be ill advised as an industry. Thankfully, I don't really care. I'm the kind of guy that flies along, which might be a problem. There are these expectations with vtubers about, you know, collabing and whatnot. I don't think it's gonna be good for collabs. I just think the kind of shit they play, extremely single player. But you never know, right? You never know. Ah, man. It's something that's bound to happen. And once again, you have the industry being extremely female, that's going to happen. You have parts of the industry that are still really young, that's bound to happen because they're gonna worry about bullshit that doesn't really matter. You also have the ideological policing. Oh, did you know that such and such are this evil because they said so, or they follow X? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. In fact, I've seen this many times before, right? Never tell me what to do, you piece of shit. So I know, if somebody comes to me saying shit like that, they're fake fans. Fake fan, never tell me what to do. Hilarious, man, hilarious. I guess I didn't mention when I was talking about the silent VTubers or streamers in general. They didn't even read dialogue out loud. And I understand I want to make silly voices. I love making silly voices. I think it's really fun. Just read the dialogue in the game, okay? You have to understand, you're second monitor content, and that's okay. It's actually not a big deal. Anyway. At the end of the day, right, I do take VTubing, at least as in indies. Pretty much just streaming with a model. There's not much of a difference, and that's more than okay. You can talk about the same stuff if people have strange expectations from you just because you're a tuber. That's on them. Okay? That's on them. You have the wrong expectations. Why is this my fault? Well, it's not. But you're gonna encounter it constantly, which, it's whatever. You will also see haters, no matter what, right? And I can say, oh, woe is me, the male VTuber debuff. I knew what I was getting into. But I do believe it was a necessary step to be truly free, damn it. We will make VTubing great again, or something like that. But it's not just about male VTubers, and I've seen some stuff. Yeah, they have a... how do they call it again? They're kind of infamous for a reason. Some people get into content creation for the worst reasons possible. Apparently there are a bunch of sex fasts. I guess both male and female. But yeah, you will see that males are more heinous because, you know, it's overwhelmingly female once again. Which I think some or the other are necessarily worse. You know how I am. If something is bad, it's just bad, okay? But a lot of people actually hate the tubers. Is it normal? Well, it's to be expected. I don't know if it's normal, right? It's something strange. It's the anime people, it's the weirdos of the internet. Of course I'm a fucking weirdo. You had to be weird if you're speaking out loud while completely alone in a room for hours without end. And necessarily when just streaming. I might be crazy, you don't know that. What might uncover if I'm actually crazy or not? Happy anniversary, thank you, Abraham. Thank you. Doing a little bit of retrospective and introspective, I guess just a bunch of perspective also on the streaming and whatnot. We'll get to funny stuff in a little bit. And what was I trying to say here? Yeah, the anime people, they're strange and weird. I can't take it serious. He also make the worst examples, right? Look, it's this perverted woman showing everything, jumping around, bouncing her tits. Well, there are some of those. But look, you cannot be in the moral high ground when you have far worse with the flesh streamers on Twitch, okay? You can actually see female butthole without getting banned. There was also that chick that got fucked, literally fucked, on stream, and she got what? 7 days? And then some people get much more for showing VTuber hip, or dare I say, VTuber feet. I'm still not over that Sean the 30-day ban, man. That was insane. Holy shit, dude. I don't get it. And I guess, instead of talking about it, and just about speaking my mind, why not, right? Recently, I think it was Lucy? I think that's her name, right? I don't watch her, so I don't really know. She got banned on Twitch. Well, I guess suspended would be more correct because it's not a permaban. For showing VTuber hip, which it was to be expected, when she was filming, and I think it's understandable because she was actually, in theory, following the rules. The thing is, the rules are not fair. That's the problem. I was in the pulled section. I don't know if she had the Sexual content, sexual content tag. I have no idea. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're in the pool section as a VTuber, because fake pools don't count and fake bodies don't count. The pool section is just for the flesh and actual pools. And I'm pretty sure this is by Twitch's own admission, which I do think it's extremely wrong, because it's obviously not fair. Once again, are we surprised? This is Twitch. Okay, this is Twitch. They're usually unfair after all. Still, of course, you will have pushback because, oh, the anime people, oh, it's so cringe! Yes, I am cringe. But I am free, goddammit. Isn't that the point? I do believe that's part of the point at least. There's some shit you do, or you can do at least as a VTuber. You need a lot of guts to do without the abstract of the model. And I'd rather be free, okay? This is not new. This is not new, man. So I guess those are my thoughts, mostly, about the content creation kind of thing. And I knew, at least, that I was going to piss people off when I started streaming. Had you seen my debut stream? Don't watch it, it's terrible. But I was talking about Clown World. It felt like a fucking parody looking back. And you know what? I'm not going to stop. I fumble a lot with schedule and what I want to do with content. But I think I have a decent balance right now. I can always do more. I've been considering, even though I don't think I have the time or sometimes the energy to do so, adding another shorter stream on Tuesday, because it's insane the amount of things that can happen between Saturday and Tuesday. I think it's ill-advised. May happen at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna speak out of my mind, and if you don't like it, that sounds like a you problem, okay? You came here, it happened to me not only once, but several times. Having those people to say, I wish YouTube stopped recommending me this trash. And I can only give them the obvious response, right? Why the fuck are you clicking? Are you stupid? You're only feeding the algorithm, you absolute fucking clown. That's on you, that's not on me. If you don't want to watch me, it's so easy. When you get the recommendation, you press the three dots and say, "Don't recommend channel," and I will go away. It's that easy. You don't have to deal with me if you don't want to. You control what you watch, okay? You control what you watch. So you cannot blame me. You cannot blame me if you see something you don't like. That's on you, buddy. That's on you. I'm gonna keep talking my mind out because I think it's important. Because even maybe that's just me, right? Something's hard to understand if that's a me thing because I'm quite eccentric. You can tell. You can tell. I bet. Or if that actually happens a lot. But nowadays, especially the past 5 years, trying to be true to yourself and being outspoken about it, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. You can't really... No, Gen 3 surfing music, but the remix, I suppose. That's nice. I like the song. Being outspoken is always dangerous. You always have people clowning you from one side or from the other. At some point, I will have some people, at least if I keep going, right? Slowly but surely. I will have people trying to criticize me from both sides. That might be bad or that might be really good. It depends on the reasoning. But that's always going to happen. Because people are extremely stupid nowadays. They will not understand what you're trying to say, or they will not want to understand where you're coming from. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. You are yourself. You know who's the most important person in your life? You. Why is that? Well, you're gonna spend the rest of your life with yourself. So, yeah, you should be someone that makes yourself proud, or at least a little bit proud, right? Maybe you're not outstanding, but you're true, which is probably one of the best things you can be in modern society. Lying and cheating was always a thing in history. Nowadays, just rampant. Have you seen social media? I know I have. I know I have. But the thing is, and I guess I failed this because that's me being a fucking hermit. Now that takes a lot of work getting out of hermitdom. But if you see things that you don't like, you think are wrong, and they should change, you should say it. And that's for me, sometimes it's really obvious, right? Most of the stuff I say, especially on Saturday when we read news and talk about the stuff, for me it's just painfully obvious. But it's so obvious that you have to say it. Because even this obvious stuff that I say is completely forgotten by people, or being completely ignored. No, the world we live in is actually really easy to understand. It's this strange subversion of reality. Easy stuff is made to appear extremely strange, convoluted, and hard to understand. And hard stuff, it's just that easy. No, it's completely backwards, and it will keep happening. Now, how you doing, Reza? I'm speaking my mind right now. We'll get into funny stuff in a little bit. It's time for retrospective and introspective for the second anniversary. And if you say things are wrong, or things are stupid, or things make no sense, and they keep getting worse, they're not gonna change on their own, okay? Once again, people are really stupid. Sadly, I wish people were smarter, but this is the world we live in. You haven't seen anything yet. I was talking about this with my mother before, and it's dire. It's really dire because you have people that are completely brain rotted. There's a couple of videos about that on YouTube. I've seen some of them. Really nice watch, right? When you have constant stimulation and brain rot on the kids since the ripe age of perhaps 2, then don't get surprised when they are completely brain rotted as young adults. The consequences of your actions. Sure, perhaps you didn't know, but that's what happened. I'm sure to tell you this. It might be too late. It's real scary. So that's what I'm trying to be more outspoken, more than usual, and try to push for things to change to fit what I want. Because why wouldn't I? If other people do it and I disagree with them and I think what they do is bad and wrong, and I was about to say objectively, I guess it's just subjective, lower quality, why wouldn't they try to push for a change that I see positive, right? Like the last clip I uploaded to YouTube. Yes, I want games to fail. That was a clip from a stream. Yes, if they keep releasing games that are worse and more expensive, why would I reward them? It doesn't make any sense. They need to fail to understand that what they are doing is wrong. They will call me fake gamer. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about your collectivism. I'm just a guy. I don't represent anybody but myself. So maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to push for things to change. Even though I'm just a tiny little guy and my power doesn't amount to a whole lot. But you know what? A huge tidal wave is made of water drops. Something like that. So yeah, it's really funny. It's really fun. The first stream, we talk about Clown World. It was not political stuff, but entertaining stuff. Kind of like the same shit we do on Saturdays. And not a whole lot has changed, funny enough. So I guess we can have a little bit of Clown World for today, right? How are you? I'm okay. I'm quite tired, I had to say. Haven't had the best of sleep. But we keep on trucking, baby. We keep on trucking. Having something a little bit fun. This is kind of loud. Again. This is 0-0, yeah, I expected as much. That one sounded familiar. So, we had this past week 3 big events showing video games, no video games. All of them are mixing together in my mind. And there was this thing, right? Let me bring this browser up if I find it. A lot of people were laughing because, of course, you will always have detractors, right? Apparently, they announced a new game in Epic. Probably, yeah, right. And they have this, how's it called? Relooted? Announced Relooted, an African futurist heist game where you claim a real African looted. I adding A here. When you claim real African looted artifacts from Western museums. Like a minute and a half. It's a little bit small.
Treaties were signed.
It's kind of loud.
Promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
Stolen? Who's stealing them?
Us?
Us?
It's time to get out of there.
Let me introduce a friend of mine. Smart, agile, and will let you look into places with the tightest security.
That's kind of loud.
Let's go! I could probably bench press every one of them.
I could probably bench press every one of them.
The locksmith strikes again. Hold on.
Listen, are you having second thoughts?
Nope. Just hoping you won't get me killed.
Yeah.
I know what you and your little crew are doing.
Nobody threatens my family or my friends and gets away with it. So we are going to do whatever it takes to take back Africa's belongings. And we're going to do it together.
Obviously, this game is going to fail because it's in Epic. Right? I think that's really obvious. You might disagree with me, and that's fine. Where's my music? There we go. And thing is, it has these strange aesthetics, right? Where are some of the characters? That's because they're black. They have this kind of Fortnite style of modeling, which I think it's really ugly. And people were laughing. No, they're not complaining, they're laughing because it's kind of funny to have an African-centered game about stealing stuff. And they can make it, it's fine, I don't really care. But I guess my main question here is, why is this a side-scroller? I thought it was gonna be a, how do they call them, heist games? Like a Payday clone. Side-scroller, what? That's really strange. And yeah, you can see they have a lot of replies. A lot of replies to this are quote tweets. We have Sabi here. As they always say, representation is so important. I don't want to scroll too much. We might see any separate language that's not safe for a stream after all. So, well, let's see what happens. Have them stay on their own merits. If the game is actually good, that's fine by me. But if the game is not good, it's going to fail. That's normal. That's just normal. Oh man. This back is killing me. Need to flip a mattress later. If we're going to sleep. Well, later, okay? So, how about we do the usual shit? We get to some silly tests and tier lists. We're not gonna do Smash or Pass today, okay? It would be fitting, but I'm really tired. So, let's see what we have for today on the menu. We have... start with, which anime character are you? I think it makes sense. I tried to look up a test for anime villains. I found like a handful of them. They looked really low quality and suspicious. So rather not. Let's do this one. Let's learn more about each other here. Start the quiz. Whoa! What are you most afraid of? Losing my family? Nothing and no one? Any and everything? Losing my cool? I'm not afraid of anything. I'm that guy. Who's the most important person in your life? I guess a significant other. I am, my friends, or my parents. Ah, that's a hard one. Well, I just said that the most important person in your life is yourself, right? I think it all makes sense. I think I may get a villain here. What is the world's biggest problem? Violence, stupidity, ignorance, or greed? All of these are important, but all of these come from stupidity, in my opinion, which is not the same as ignorance. You may be ignorance because you don't know anything, but that's not your fault. You're not born knowing stuff. But if you don't want to know, that's not ignorance, that's stupidity. You're about to go off on an adventure. Who would you choose to accompany you? Someone who's really smart, someone who's really strong, or someone who's really quiet? I don't need anyone. That's also an option. I'd say someone that is really quiet, right? I would need a rogue in my adventuring party. I'm gonna have trouble with that. Do you leave for a good fight? If it's for fun, definitely. I sure do. Let's go right now. Is this Goku? I prefer to use my words over physical combat. I'd rather not engage anyone physically unless it is necessary. I guess it's this one, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to lose. That only means I'm not gonna throw the first hit, but I'm gonna throw the last. Potentially. You see a person you dislike, what do? Announce their presence, say something insulting, get frustrated, nothing, I'm fine as long as they don't bother me. It really depends on the person. If I dislike them and they're really annoying, it's gonna be nothing. If I dislike them and they deserve it, and they deserve me filing off, it's gonna be both the first and the second. Look who it is! That fucking clown! But usually, nothing. Of the following, which would be true about your emotional state? I myself, no matter what, I show no weakness, I'm an open book, I don't have any emotions. Well, I think the first three are actually true, but only because the first one is true, right? I have no weaknesses, and I'm an open book, because I am myself. I might have weaknesses, I don't know that. How would you describe your sense of style? Comfortable and laid back, pretty flashy, whatever my mom recommends or playing. I'm really flashy in video games, but I suppose in real life I would be more comfortable and laid back. Don't really care too much about fashion. Out of the following, were you connected to the most? People, technology, books, or nature? Can't really say anything other than technology here. Come on now. I think it only makes sense, right? In today's society it makes a lot of sense. Also, I don't really connect with people. Not because I hate people, but because a lot of people are so annoying. What can you say? Also, extremely simplistic. I don't have enough patience for that. Which of these drinks is your go-to drink? Soda, energy drinks, tea, or water? Never gonna get the sponsorships like this. I just enjoy some water. And even though it's not one of the options, my second one would be juice. Third would be probably soda, and then energy drinks and tea because I don't drink those. Have a lot of excess energy after working out. What do? Go running, lift more weights, cook, or meditate. This is actually a hard one. Back in the day, maybe go running. I don't think cardio is bad. God, it's not for me. I was gonna say, I get pretty tired, it's not for me, I'm more for a strength kind of guy. And I'm gonna get really sweaty. I'm gonna need to take a shower. And even though sometimes I have to do that about normal workout, that's fine. Because I can just be shirtless. That's probably bad if you're running around outside, right? Some people do it, I wouldn't. But I still go with either lift more weights or meditate. Depends a little bit on the time, my actual state, emotional state, and amount of energy. If I'm really hyped, yeah, it's gonna be a little more. If not, it's gonna be meditate to just chill. I guess I'm gonna say meditate. I think that happens more often. It's not actually meditate. It's just chill, right? Controlling your body, so it becomes relaxed and all that. While out and about in your daily errands, you come across a mysterious notebook. What do? Take it home and eventually look inside. You leave it and wait until someone discovers it. You take it home and thoroughly examine it. You casually throw it with the rest of your books. I take it home and take a look at it. I'm curious. What can you say? What would your dream job be? Police detective? Trophy wife or husband? Professional chess player? You already had your dream job. I wish that was the case. I don't actually know what my dream job would be. I guess maybe streaming. Streaming is cool. Streaming is nice. But once again, making that your actual job, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be difficult. It's happened to a lot of people, which fair. So from this, I guess I would say police detective. Kind of cool, right? Rather than being a chess player or a trophy. You can disagree with me, that's fine. What's your family like? I have a traditional family with a mother, father, and siblings. I have a family. I was adopted. I was orphaned at a young age. Well, I guess the first one is correct. Kinda. The most correct, at least. You had a garden. What would you plant? Roses, apple trees, foxgloves, or Gerber daisies? I suppose these two in the bottom are flowers, right? Hey, apple! Ah, fruit. Fruit is nice. I usually fooled. No, not really. I don't like to think so, but it could happen. Yes, I'm completely gullible. I don't think I'm easily fooled. Though, I might play along. I might be playing the part of the fool. I think this happens, really. Especially nowadays. The instinct, so strong. And you were guilty of a crime. Would you turn yourself in? If I thought I was guilty, yes. Now I fled the country. If they got me, yes. Is the answer obvious? It's gonna sound really wrong. But I want to say, if they got me, yes, right? But this is the crime, I suppose. It's only a crime if they get you. That sounds so bad. What can you say? What are you fighting for? Justice? Friends and family? The right to follow my dreams? The prevention of the end of the world? Well, I would say that perhaps all four are connected, right? You always fight for your own justice, which is also related to your friends and family. It's also related to following your dreams. And I don't think the world is going to be destroyed, right? Like the planet is going to explode or anything. But you would actually fight against the world becoming something wrong by your own eyes, right? So I would say it's the right to follow my dreams, even though the song is going to be shaped by your sense of justice. I think both are the same, but I do like freedom, so I think that makes sense. Who are you in your friend group? The planner, the daydreamer, the rebel, or the naive one? I think in real life I'm usually the rebel, but in my friend group, despite that, I'm actually the planner because nobody else would do it. They're so annoying. Well, I don't care. We should hang around. We should hang out at some point. It's fine. Wait, I don't know. It's fine, right? The fuck do you mean you don't know? Jesus Christ. If you were to rate your ego with 3 being the lowest and 8 being the highest, what would you rate it at? I really think really highly of myself, but I would say either 5 or 6. Even though I think highly of myself, a lot of the time I think I need to... Well, it's not I think I need to, but I had to take a step back to think properly about myself and the world we live in, right? There's no way I'm the smartest person alive. There's no way Only I thought about this, right? It doesn't make any sense. But I don't think highly of myself. At the cafe, what do you order? Diet Coke, everything on the menu? Nothing on the menu, brought my own, that's disgusting by the way, or sweets. I would usually be something to drink, not necessarily Diet Coke. It's probably close to one. What do you do after school? Well, I'm not in school anymore. Work at the job you love, trying new recipes. Chat 3. Hit the arcade, attend some classes at the local university. Well, I usually went back home to play games, so hit the arcade would make more sense. What kind of music appeals to you the most? Rock, classical, aren't they still the same? Bob, something slow and soothing, it's gonna be rock, right? It should be heavy metal, but that's fine. What is your favorite mythical creature? Dragon, Cupid, Unicorn, or Yeti? Well, dragons are cool, the rest are kinda gay. So guess dragon. What do you do when it rains? Walk around with a newspaper in my hand, sing, dance, get inside fast. Well, you have to get inside, right? Even though it kind of rains a lot here, especially during winter. You want it to go out when it rains, so you bring out either an umbrella or a big coat with a hood. But usually you just want to go out. Which fairy tale archetype do you most sympathize with? The rogue, the knight, the wizard, or the princess? Well, I mentioned this before. Big armor, big sword, strength based has to be the knight. Human knights, lawful good. We're rolling, baby. Is it acceptable to lie? Anytime, so long no one finds out. Only white lies are okay. For the most part, never, unless it may save someone's life, or it's never okay to lie. I don't like lying, but I guess I could make an exception. If it meant saving somebody, right? Three needs your help, what do you do? Go out of my way to help them? I'll help you, but I'll expect something in return. I just ignore them and walk by. I'll help them, but make a note to ask them for something in return later. You mentioned a stranger. I'm a little bit stupid. I usually fall for it and I actually help them. Even though I think, why am I helping this guy? Who is this guy? What am I doing here? So I'm a bit stupid. I'm a bit gullible after all. Ah, shit. Am I a good person? I don't think I am. I shouldn't be. If fate worse than death, I guess I go out of my way. God, this guy. Ah, shit balls. I guess Kick is struggling a little bit. That's bound to happen. Hold up. We're finishing the test. I need to check that everything is working here, kinda. Okay, it's working. There we go. Sometimes I get slaggy on Kick too, I guess. When do you usually wake up? 5 AM, 6 AM, 7 AM, or other? I'm not a morning person. What can you say? Getting out for work? Yeah, it's not good. How would you fare in battle? I should work from behind the lines. I die, no doubt. I'd make it a competition between myself and a friend. I have no problems. I didn't say I had no problems. Pinch quiz, I'm Kiki. I thought I would be Goku. Given some of these questions, not gonna lie. I think I've ever seen this. You got Kiki! You're Kiki from Kiki's delivery service. Because you're both very outgoing, friendly, and work hard to reach your goals. Am I really outgoing and friendly? I don't think I am. I'm just might be stupid. You're fun and spunky? Please don't say that word ever again. And people love to be around you. For some reason, I do attract some people in the real world. I don't know why. I can tell you. I don't know if my charisma is high or not. But I can tell you that everything there is an intimidation. Not active, by the way. Just not to have a companion by your side. Huh? How do you get this? You're social and know how to get yourself out of a bind. Ah, because I mentioned the rogue? That is correct. Have a strong bond with your family and friends, are also very curious about the world. I wouldn't say a strong bond with your family and friends, but sure. What if I said nobody? in the other one, just to make sure. Water, technology, pretty flashy. I don't need anyone. What about now? Did it change? Ah, maybe it doesn't. Finish? Maybe it doesn't change. Ah, that's bad. I don't think that's true. I think this test is actually skewed. So I don't like it. I don't like it. What can you say? I think this is wrong. Lame and gay. Oh god, look at this AI. It's so fucking ugly. So ugly. What the hell? It's so popular nowadays to just use the cheaply AI. Everything looks the same. It looks so ugly. Gonna open this one and see if we can see this image bigger to see the characters. Okay. That's Usagi, that's... I suppose this is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. This is... Songo Hamcha. This is... Lupin? Looks like Lupin more than Luffy. And... who the fuck is this guy? I guess this guy is supposed to be Kenshin, but I'm not sure. Might be somebody from Demon Slayer, no idea. No, these faces look familiar. Can't you even call yourself an anime fan? Well, this is AI Slab. And I guess Usagi looks like Usagi after all. Who the fuck is this guy again? 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 There's no way this guy is Tanjiro, come on. I just don't believe you. And that's supposed to be Luffy, that's Goku, that's Usagi. There's no way this is like Yagami, right? Then there has to be a Spike. You have comments, right? Yeah, you better not. What the fuck is this slab, man? It's so ugly. It's so ugly. It always has these strange yellow filter on top. Is this Mexican now? Well, that was playing Songo Hamcha here. Jesus Christ. If none of these faces look familiar, can't you even call yourself an anime fan? Okay. Nicole Antonio. I guess. Wait, Sagittarius. What? I guess this is the guy who made it. I suppose you might be an illegal immigrant. Oh, LinkedIn. What the fuck? Huh? What a disaster. What a fucking disaster. Truly. So I guess it's time for us to take a look at funny and silly tests. So we have to start with the obvious one. 3-minute schizoid test. How much of a schizo am I? I have no idea. Based on the work of Dr. Octave Sorin Candle, PhD. Sorin, isn't this a vampire in Magic the Gathering? Also, isn't this a guy a missionary in Japan back in the Sengoku Jidai? I remember this guy being in Sengoku Batara. Instructions below is a list of questions that relate to life experiences coming among people who have been diagnosed with schizoid personality disorder. Please read each question carefully and indicate whether it applies to you or not. Your privacy is protected. All results are anonymous. Well, not this one. I often think that these relations with other people are just more trouble than they're worth. I just say that. Yes, definitely me. Not because I'm a schizo, but because people are stupid. I'm actually schizophrenic. I don't think I am. I have done the situation myself from other people. Yes. I don't really have a need for close relationships. I mean, you can live without them, and sometimes being alone is more than fine. But I do think that close relationships are really important. I'm less interested in romance and dating than most people I know. No, I don't think so. If anything, I would say that most people are actually disenfranchised with romance and dating nowadays. To the point where they would just fuck around, which is really disgusting. The things people commonly do for fun don't seem all that enjoyable to me. I'm a bit schizophrenic. I was just thinking. What did I say before? Eccentric. Eccentric, that's the word. I don't have a lot of emotions. I don't have much interest in expressing my emotions. Well, I do have emotions, but I don't have much interest in expressing them. So I guess somewhat. I have often been called interested, cold, or withdrawn. Actually, that has never happened. Funny enough. Others say lead a dull and boring life. No, I don't think so. I will know. I'm alone most of the time, and that isn't the problem for me. Well, you can live with that, and once again, being alone is okay. I think it's important for a person to learn to live alone, but at the same time, I still think it's important to have people around. You're still a human. I like interest in building relationships with other people. Somewhat. I like interest in building relationships with most people, which is not the same. Because most people are not interesting. Oh shit, I'm a bit schizophrenic. I'm going crazy here, you know. Your answer suggests a modern indication a schizoid personality disorder. In clinical context, cases such as yourself would typically require the judgment of a doctor or mental health professional to determine whether intervention is necessary. If no clear picture can be established, it would be advisable to seek follow-up consultations and increase attention from mental health professionals, who can sort out the meaning of your symptoms and conduct a proper clinical diagnosis. Please note that tests such as this one cannot replace the judgment of an actual healthcare worker. If you do not feel well, you should schedule an appointment with your doctor or mental health professional now. Now, I understand where they're coming from, but I do completely understand where I am coming from. So I know this is actually bullshit. Funny enough. I'm not a schizo, okay? Thing is, I find most people extremely uninteresting. Because most people are extremely simplistic. I've mentioned before how it can't really relate to people that live here in this godforsaken country. But not because of something going on with my brain, but because it's not going on all the brains. That's the problem. I've always looked at the side of my country. I always looked at what is going on in the world. So I have a deep understanding of the world I live in. This is not me being a schizo. That's me being... You know what? I have a big ego, apparently. That's me being more intelligent and more knowledgeable about the world. It's not my fault, it's their fault, okay? So fuck them. It's not my fault. I actually like people, okay? I do like people. I think people are really interesting. But most humans I see don't really stand up to that degree of peopleness, right? They're extremely simplistic. Is it wrong for me to call them NPCs? Some of them are true NPCs. So why would I care about them? There's nothing there's nothing going inside their heads. There's nothing going on inside their heads. I think I said the thing like 3 times, and 2.5 were wrong. I'm ESL, okay? Please understand. So... No. No. You will need to make a test for the other people to fully understand they're extremely uninteresting to me. They're not interesting, okay? Especially in today's society. How much more do I have to criticize today? Modern brain rot. It's not funny. I was in this in memes. I think I really mentioned this on stream, but I guess the meme theory is real, and memes are just the atomic particle for culture. How do you think memes nowadays? They are trash. And if you look at memes on social media, they're so annoying, and they could be good, but they are really bad by design. That shows you the culture we live in is just ass. Because you can see, for example, right? Me when my bro does something, and they put an anime clip, but the anime clip has some extremely normie and obnoxious music on top of that. I fucking hate TikTok, okay? It's making memes worse. And since memes are worse, that shows you culture is worse. Yes, I am a boomer and I don't give a fuck. What can you say? That's what I am, baby, that's what I am. I'm old, deal with it. I watched 1 hour and a half here. I guess this is fine. I wish we can do the thing. It's time for a new outfit, fellas. Out of fucking nowhere. Oh, I mentioned this before. So if you didn't know, that's your fault. Okay? That's truly your fault. So let me hide my shit. I need to move some stuff around, first of all. As usual. It's not as great as I would like it to be, but it's fine, right? So I need to hide myself. It's supposed to be this one, right? I can't have to capture this window at the same time. That's really strange. That's really strange to me. Okay, that's fine. I need to hold myself. Was it this? It was this one. Okay, there we go. We need to do the usual stuff, right? Coming from the top, right to your location. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. It's gonna be strange. Maybe I'm actually flashy after all, okay? We need to do the thing. We need to do the meta here. Whoa, look at these! Boots! I'm shaking my boots. And yo! If you move around, yo! Actual physics. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. We can see a little bit of the bands. Come on now. That's not allowed. That's illegal. Come on. What are you doing? That shouldn't be happening. It's too much. Too much too soon. Not like this, okay? Hold up. Ooh, how much do they need to stall here? A little bit? Maybe a little bit. What about... Wow, look at this. Pants. Thick pants. Well, they're not a thing. They're just wide and baggy. So bouncy. Don't you love it? So good. So good, man. Wow. 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 I think feet are always in a strange position thanks to the camera. Well, that's not my fault. More band. What? Hands. Hold up. Only a little bit of the fingers here. Okay. You know the rules. I can sway back and forth. It's nothing crazy. Come on, guys. You know it. You know how it is. And... you. Whoa, you can see some blue. Let's see some blue then. Whoa, some blue. Woo. You can still sway a little bit, back and forth. The same seems a little bit seamless, which is funny, isn't it? Yo. Hilarious. What about here? That's almost too much. Yeah, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. You cannot say everything. You cannot say everything, okay? It's not allowed. Wow, look at these! It's tiger! It's tiger pattern. I guess in Flash after all. Whoa! Also, no sleeves or shorter sleeves. You would never know. Well, I guess you would know if I do this. Shoulders look a little bit strange. I did my best. Whoa! It's me after all. I was feeling a little bit strange, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it, right? And we have a couple of toggles as usual. We can do the thing. I want to add an additional toggle, but technology was not compliant, sadly. I will try to do it at some point. And I can also take out my hoodie, if need be. It looks really strange. It feels really naked here. So I like my hoodie, so I'm gonna stay with it here. Whoa! I guess we can take a look at the back, right? If I do... no? This? Ah, there you go. Look at that. Not bad, huh? Not bad. How do I... Oh, if I press the correct thing, maybe. What? Sure sucks. And it shows. Add the pattern behind too. There you go. Yeah, it's really strange to do this. It's really strange to do this. I will never get used to these controls. I will use them once in a million years, you know. So there's that. Maybe I am flashy after all. Imagine that. Also, the eyes are a little bit scuffed, and they've always been scuffed. They didn't look up. That's probably because of the camera once again. That might be okay. Okay, hold on. Let me reset the stuff here. Go back to my original positioning. I actually quite like the sleeveless kind of designs. So I actually wanted to make something like this for a while, but I didn't really know how to or what really. Okay, we're back. We're so back, baby. We're so back. Okay, I can go back down. This can go back up. I can move everything else to its normal position. There we go, much better. We have more shit to do here, okay? We have more shit to do. This is not the end. Whoa, also, merch is live! I mean, what? I don't have merch, come on now. I'm just a tiny little guy. Just a guy, come on. It'd be funny. It'd be funny, but come on. Okay, let's see. Let me bring up my browser again. Let's do a tier list, shall we? Some of these tier lists are just gigantic, man. Holy shit. There we go. Some of these are a little bit small. Some of them are not gonna be that big. I think I'm going to need to do a bunch of them, so... Yorokobi! So let's get into this. It's a Digimon Anime Series tier list. They have 5 tiers, which is normal, right? You have perfect, good, okay, you have meh, and you have bad, right? I've seen some tier lists with like 9 or 10 tiers. You don't need so many. You have a lot of load, especially if you're not tiering a lot of stuff here. So I guess we should go in order, right? So, where is... the first one. Digimon Adventure 1. Can I just order them here a little bit? I guess I can. You have done this before. This is the... This is... Tamers, this is Frontier. This is Savers. This is... Okay. Oh no, this is Sanders actually. This is First Wars, Sanders. That's right. That's correct. This is in order, I think. I don't know why it wasn't in order before, but... So... First, Digimon Adventure 1. I do believe it's S tier, okay? It's the quintessential Digimon series. It made what the anime is. I think it's still good to this day. It has a little bit of everything. You have a little bit of comedy, you have a little bit of drama, you have stakes, which is good, and you have overarching arcs, which you will see doesn't really happen in some of these. Hello. Oh my god, Senor Jesus Cristo! Welcome! We're hearing Digimon anime. I'd like to do cheering stuff and whatnot. in my streamer anniversary and birthday, I suppose. But yes, Digimon Adventure 1, really good. Still holds to this day, even though it's the oldest. Really nice. Has a big cast, but it works. Yeah, that fight with Angemon and Devimon, that's still good to this day. Man, what the hell? Fantastic moves. Fantastic scenes. Okay, we have 2. Adventure 2. For the longest time I thought this was a disaster. It's not great. But nowadays I do think it's okay. It has a lot of problems. But it has a lot of interesting stuff. When you first start watching this, it makes sense, right? Everything makes sense. They have the Digimon Emperor, Demon Kaiser in some versions. I don't know which is which, which is kind of funny. That makes sense, right? Okay, sure, they don't have the crests anymore, the old kids, and now they have to fight the guy that unlocks the evolution, so they have to use the Digimentals in the original Japanese. It's pretty good, and you keep watching. It's actually okay. It's actually nice. It should be an A, right? And they defeat the Digital Kaiser, and the series collapses. And this is just the middle. It struggles a lot, trying to come up with something good. They keep trying to throw enemies at you. They keep trying to throw stuff at you. And sure, you have gimmicks like the Chogras being cool and whatnot, but nothing sticks, right? They tell you that if they have deep bonds, they might undergo Chogras. Ken was evil literally 2 episodes ago. Why is he undergoing Chogras with Daisuke? It doesn't make any sense. He also had all that stuff with Dagomon. May God bless you, my sweet boy. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate it. Really cool. They had a bunch of that stuff with Dagomon that went nowhere. They had that stuff with Demo that went nowhere. And finally, they had to pull out Mayatasmon from the original series while using a plot thread from the Tag Team games. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The first half, pretty good, probably an A. Second half, kind of bad, probably in C. B makes sense overall, right? I want to like Adventure 2. It has some good stuff. Just a disaster. It's just a disaster. Oh man. We have Tamers. For some people, Tamers is the best. And I don't think Tamers, while being really different from Adventure, it's actually S tier. It's really good. It is not without flaws, okay? Make no mistake about it. I do believe that Adventure 1 also has some flaws in pacing in some parts. Tamers is really strange. I think it's really cool. In the beginning, it's just a blast. You have a lot of drama and conflict in the real world up until the devs start coming through for fights. That's quite insane, not gonna lie. Then they go into the digital world and some stuff is just strange, but still cool. And then you have all of the Reaper stuff, which I don't know, it feels like an attempt to have this otherworldly enemy, which they did. I don't think it worked that well. Not a big fan of the Reaper, okay? I don't think it's that good. I thought it was okay. You still have some really good moments, right? With Bulzevmon going completely crazy, trying to save Judy. Oh, King! That's a really cool moment. But the Reaper feels a little bit strange. It is otherworldly, but I didn't vibe with that. Overall, that's probably the biggest flaw. I still think it's S tier. Okay, we have Frontier. A lot of people hate Frontier. A lot of people quite dislike the just transforming into Digimon and whatnot. I don't like it. It's A tier for me. It is not without flaws. And I don't know if the flaws are intended or not. That's why it's A tier for me. It's probably my favorite season, which is really funny. I think these kids having so many, well, not so many, but their resources being so limited makes for a really interesting story. And there's a lot of stuff. This series suffers a lot from show but don't tell. And sure, you're gonna feel bad when you see, well, but the arcade is really strong. With just the human spirit, it's so much more powerful than Beowulf Monk or Alderman. Why? Isn't that cheating? Is it really cheating? It appears that the powers of darkness are really strong in this setting. So maybe that's why. He was also transformed into Daxmon for far longer than the other kids, so he actually got to control the powers of the Digimon much more. And that's kind of fast because at some point Takuya actually learns that when he comes back. He actually starts to predict the future and whatnot. Only once. Why? What a disaster. That is an abject disaster in my opinion. But there's some other stuff that people criticize that I think it's by design, and I think it's actually good because it shows you their actual dire straits. Oh, but only the main two kids get to Devil Spirit Evolution. Why is that? That feels like cheating. Well, no. If you look at the lore, and that might be an asshole, okay? Sure, fair, that being asshole. If you look at the lore, they got empowered by Seraphimon. Seraphimon had control over 2 of the warriors. So if they have a Funimon with full power, another 3 kids could have gotten the Devil Spirit Evolution power-up. But when they need the second power-up, they were fighting Kerfimon. Yeah, the other kids, excuse me, undergoing Devil Spirit Evolution would do nothing. That's why Funimon unlocked the Hyper Spirit Evolution, just to concentrate all of their power into the 2 guys that are already strong. It may feel wrong, but I think it makes sense. It's dire straits, right? It's complete dire straits. I think it's really good. The music is fantastic. The characters are really good. And the fights are nice. Okay, I like the fights. I think they're actually really good. What else do they have? Saber, also known as Data Squad in DOS for some reason I don't understand. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, okay? I watched it while being older. I thought it was okay. It's probably just a B tier. The art of it's really jarring. Voice acting for the girl Yoshino, it's really strange. The designs in general are really strange. And the story had some potential, but I think it kind of fell flat a little bit. You had all of this stuff with Kurata and whatnot, which was kind of cool. It's a cool final fight. But the series doesn't end there. Then you have some stuff with the Royal Knights again, which feels like, okay, sure. Look, it's Lord Nightamon! It's so strong! What are they gonna do? Furmon Dobro Impacto! Killed in a single hit! What's the most supposed to? And digital stuff was interesting, but I feel like it didn't work properly, really. Pancholiumon was pretty cool. But at the end of the day, it was okay. Felt like there were a couple of plot holes, I have to admit. For example, with the Gizmon and whatnot, there are artificial Digimon. It's not the first artificial Digimon we see, I don't think. And on top of that, they're so strong, why would Kurata need help? He could just kill potentially anybody. They can just one-shot Saber Leomon, but they cannot do anything against Rice Greymon? I don't know, it was strange. It was okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It was kind of strange. They had Cross Wars fusions in the West. I thought it was actually pretty good. I think this is an A tier. A lot of people dislike it because you don't have evolution. You just have to fuse yourself with a bunch of people and then you win. It's not really like that. It's probably explained in the manga. It only works if you have bonds with your fusees, right? There's a part when they mention, well, why don't just did you cross all of the Royal Knights into a single really strong Royal Knight and then you win? I think it was Alphonse Viterman, the same from the vtuber manga, funny enough. Saying that, yeah, it wouldn't really work. We don't really get along with each other, so it would be probably a disaster. The manga's really interesting, by the way. I think it's more interesting than the anime. Having Lord Langmon forcefully fusing himself with a bunch of stuff. But the force Digicross doesn't really work properly in the manga. So he ends up losing his mind really fast. Creating a huge demon, then Bagramon, which was kind of a more neutral guy in the manga. Just separates him, creating a bunch of gayest manga and whatnot. It's really strange. But I think it's really cool. You can see some really interesting stuff. But for the anime, I think it was actually kind of fine. The Digicross gimmick can get really old really fast, but I think it was okay. Because it's not just by gaining numbers, right? There's some more nuance to that. The characters are good, the fights are fairly good, the music is fantastic. I think Kiriha is probably the most interesting character in the whole series. You know he's voiced by Takeshi Kusawa, the same voice as Trunks? At school, and you see him going from a reckless guy to becoming the usual blue main character, which is kind of cool. And sure, not having actual power levels feels really strange. What do you mean when someone is fighting and struggling against a Stingmon? Shouldn't this guy be a Mega? Well, no, it really doesn't. It's a completely different system. But I think it was mostly fine, honestly. You end up missing some stuff from the manga because you don't ever see Shadomon EX6 because you only see a couple of evolutions. I thought it was okay. There's some deep lore too. It's more explained in the manga too, like the Royal Knights. How Shadomon is actually the reincarnation of Omegamon from the Royal Knights, which is really funny. That's why his evolution is Omega Shadomon. I guess it's Omni Shadomon in English, which makes sense. It's Omnimon. And there was some more stuff about the Royal Knights and whatnot in the manga, I think. Kind of interesting. They have Hunters, the continuation of Cross Wars, which nothing really happened. It's like Monster of the Week, which is mostly meh, and then in the end you have, whoa, we had to fight the big guy. Look, it's the main characters from the other seasons. We had to power up the Brave Snatcher, which is Bagramon's arm, and then we win. Why is that guy the reincarnation of Bagramon? Why is he a human? I don't understand. Why is he an old man? I don't get it. It was all over the place. It has some cool designs and whatnot, but it's mostly boring. Nothing happens. It's really bad. I had to blow my nose. That was bad on Saturday, but it's still humid. It's also quite hot. So please bear with me a little bit. Much better than Saturday, that's for sure. What do we have here? Well, here comes the disaster. I guess we had this joke that, oh, Digimon was good until Frontier. I think that's wrong, it was good until Cross Wars. And then what? Well, We have Adventure Try. I watched Try, not in a single sitting, but I was watching it batch by batch when it was releasing back in the day. This thing is horrible. It's hilariously bad. I don't like it. It's all over the place. They keep making huge mistakes because they don't know what to do with the main plot of the story. Because nothing makes sense. Everything seems extremely disconnected from each other. I think that's probably one of the worst Digimon anime products I've ever seen in my life. It actually takes away from everything that I've seen from both Digimon Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. It's so bad, it doesn't make any sense. They keep teasing you with stuff that leads to nothing. Wow, look at that guy! Hugmon? Alphamon? Wow, that's really big. And then nothing. Wow, look! They had trapped the kids from Adventure 2. Wow! And then nothing. Even though they fought Imperial Ultramon. And they didn't take notice of, hey, it's Imperial Ultramon, we know this guy! What are you talking about? It was just strange. Why did the Funimon get corrupted into fall down mode at the end? I'm not quite sure about that. And then she got fused with the cat, and then you have Ordinimo. And look! We win with yet another Omega Mon version. So bad. So bad, man, what the fuck? I think so, it is, right? One that was an angel? With the katana and whatnot? It was really weird. It was a fucking disaster. It tried to be like something for adults, maybe perhaps from Junji Ito. It was trash. It was really trash. I don't like it. I think this Digimon Try has done irreparable damage to Digimon. Then we have Apmon. I watched like 2 episodes. Excuse me. I think I watched 2 episodes and dropped it. I don't care about it. I don't think anything happens in this one. I saw some clips like, whoa! Look, we're close to the end! Do you know this guy? Do you know Agamon? Do you know War Greymon? War Greymon is cool, right guys? This has to be good. This is probably a disaster. This might be a D tier. Too, by the way. Trash. Complete trash. They had Digimon Adventure 2020, the remake. Surely it's really good. C tier. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's so much worse than the original. This is a fucking insult. If I was much more crass than what I actually am, this would be in D tier. But I don't think this was actually damaging to the brand. So I guess C is fine. Oh look! It's a new Digimon series. So the first quote-unquote arc, because they don't really have arcs, it's gonna be Boku no War game. What do you mean our war game? You cannot show me Omegamon in like the 3rd episode and then try to tell me that there's actual stakes here. Oh no, what a huge enemy. Well, just bring Omegamon. Happens twice. Once against, it's not Arbomon, that's the one in Frontier, the other guy. Hold up. What's the enemy in movie? Demon Service movie. The Ultimate Power. They had to fight Shangri. Argamon. They fought Argamon, I think. Yeah, Argamon and then Orochimon. And like, but how is this supposed to be some sort of stake when you showed us Omegamon in the 3rd episode? And then you see they had a fantastic cast of enemies. Wow, they have Devimon. Wow, they have the spirits from Frontier, like Dalgamon and Calamarmon. Wow, they have Splashmon from Cross Wars. Wow, they have Dark Knightmon. That guy was huge. Was such a cool villain. And they did nothing with them, because not only did they have an actual personality, they just die in at best 2 episodes. Whoa, Devimon, the huge reveal! He's so powerful! There's nothing they can do against him! And he's evolving Neo Devimon! Why is he weaker as Neo Devimon? He lost his special technique. And now he died. Wow, and he evolved again. Whoa! What do you mean a new Devimon evolution? That's kind of cool. Oh, what the... Apparently he got... apparently he ate Dai? And Metal Greymon goes into a Dark Evolution to Machine Dramon. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, the evolution makes sense. But you didn't really have the Dark Masters. Was that supposed to be a hint? Because it wasn't. And a lot of people were like, whoa, I didn't expect this one. I'm just saying, the evolution sequence from Metal Greymon, every single time, Metal Greymon was getting eaten by Machine Dramon's head. It was bound to happen. Also, the alternate power-ups for Metal Greymon and Worker Greymon were just weird. I did actually enjoy the alternate evolutions like Punchamon and Blitz Greymon and all these guys. I think they were a little bit underused. That's fine. We got, I think it was Alter B in the final fight, so that's fine. Even though the enemy's just, look, it's just an entity, not an actual Digimon. Bad. But the enemies, whoa, Dark Knightmon. He feels like a robot. Why does he use Gate of Babylon? Huh? Is this fate? Oh, look, it was actually Tailmon being corrupted. What are you talking about? What is this? And they keep advancing. Whoa, the legendary power. The Mega Evolution. Look, I cannot get hyped in like episode 48 with War Greymon when you showed me Omegamon in episode 3. It makes no sense. They had a fucking evolution rush at the end, like 7 to 10 episodes. So, oh, we have to finish this. We don't have actual plot. Even though we're 50 episodes in, that didn't happen with Adventure, okay? That didn't happen with Adventure. You have the Devimon arc. And then, sure, it felt a little bit all over the place because it was connected to the Etemon arc. And sure, you had that strange episode with Tai going back to the human world and needing to go back and trying to find everybody else. And you're, oh god, look at that. There's actually a newer enemy, Mayarismon. And he's crossing into the real world, what the hell? And they finally defeated Belial Bundamon. Was it Belial? I think that was the other version, right? I don't remember. No, it was Venom Bundamon. It was Venom still. Venom Mayarismon. Oh, it's kind of cool, we're saved. What is that? Oh my god, that's the digital world, it's getting fucked. What do you mean Dark Masters? And then they defeat them, and then they fight Apocalypse. Everything is connected. This is good. This is mostly not connected. This is bad. Stuff is kinda connected here. It is good until the Reaper, which feels really strange. Shit is connected here since the beginning. This is good. It was kinda connected until they defeat Belphemon. It's okay. Everything was connected in Crosswords. See what I mean? See what I mean? And they had some strange fights, like, whoa, there's this cult. What the hell? They crossfied Gavmon. Whoa, what a huge enemy! Woo! Millenniumon, that's really cool. What do you mean kill in 2 episodes? What do you mean? War Greymon uses fucking Spirit Bomb. Is this Goku? It could be. It's literally a Spirit Bomb. It's so insane, it's so bad. It should be in D, because it's really bad. But I don't think it was damaging to the to the franchise. And then we have Ghost Game. And people will tell you, what, but the Ghost Game, it's good. See. It's not as egregious as Adventure 2020. Because you had something fantastic that was Adventure. This is always a downgrade. But the main problem is still the same. You have a bunch of stuff that's going on apparently, but nothing really happens until like episode 50. And then you get a bunch of plot like, Whoa, digital world, it's so fucky. Whoa, look, it's the black version of the main team. I don't remember the names. And then you get not everything apparently. This is unfinished. It feels so bad. This is just Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week, Digimon. It's like Gekiki no Kitaro, but worse because you don't have actual arcs. Even though the arcs in Gekiki no Kitaro were okay, just okay. And then you get rushed plot in the end, literally the same as here. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I've seen people glazing Ghost Game. Oh, it's so good. Look at the characters. Look at the evolutions. I mean, the evolutions are okay. The characters are okay, I guess. They had something interesting going on. And then nothing happened. Wow, that's so great. Feels like a modern game, being completely unfinished. What a fucking disaster, man. What a fucking disaster. And I've been checking upcoming animes and whatnot. And apparently we will have some new Digimon stuff in fall? I'm not excited. I think it's probably gonna be the same bullshit. Monster of the Week, then we realize we'll have like 10 to 15 episodes left to actually tell the story, and it's gonna be rushed and it's gonna be a disaster. Congratulations, you played yourself. Disgusting, okay? Disgusting. But that's it, Luigi. I have to admit that I'm a little surprised by B tier. I expected both Frontier and Series to be a little bit higher, but I think that's fair. I can recommend anything that's B or higher. C means watch at your own risk. D means avoid at all costs. It's really bad. And Try is especially bad because you have like a billion different continuations from Digimon Adventure 1. Because you have obviously the main line, Adventure 2, and then what happened many years after Adventure 2. They're adults and they still have Digimon and whatnot. Cool. And then they have Try, which I didn't like. It was really bad. It was a kick in the nuts, the ending, by the way. It was mostly a kick in the nuts, which this was supposed to be. Instead of being like 12 OVS or something like that, it was supposed to be like a 26 episode anime. So, production disaster. You also have Last Evolution Kizuna, which is also kicking the nuts. Not as much as Try, but now they disappear because they are grown up. That feels really bad. And then you also have the other one, the Center 2 movie it released a while back, which is, wow, did you know that everything happened because this guy has godly powers? Huh? What are you talking about? What is this? Disaster, just a disaster. I know, you will never be able to capture the magic. The landing in a bottle that was Digimon Adventure, it was probably the best, okay? I think Tamers is good. I think Frontier is my favorite. But I do believe Adventure 1 is the best. You will never get anything like this. It's not happening. I'm sorry to tell you this. This is not happening again. You don't know how to make this again. So stop trying to bait people with Digimon Adventure. It's not gonna work. What an insult, man. What a fucking insult. And yes, I do believe that Adventure 2020 was better than Try, which is not that difficult. I have to admit that I'm not a huge fan of some anime remakes. I'm worried about them. Some have been really good, like Rurouni Kenshin, for example. I've been enjoying it. But some of them are a little bit questionable. And I do believe that these older anime are good and they work. Partially because of the context they released in, right? So obviously, this was Adventure 2020. So you would see stuff from 2020. It makes sense. They had phones and whatnot. And they had some phones, mobile phones, back in Adventure 1 too. But it was much more rare. but I have to admit it's a little bit jarring watching the Yaiba remake. I don't think it's bad, I'm having fun with it. I did not expect Junichi Suabe as Miyamoto Musashi, but it's actually okay. This was an anime from the 90s. I watched it for the first time. Was it the 90s? Early 2000s? Something like that. It was very good. I watched it again, full Japanese and whatnot, like 3-4 years ago. It was pretty good. The adaptation didn't finish the manga, which was a big problem. But as an anime, it was pretty good. It's really jarring to see Sayaka and whatnot having smartphones. It makes sense because nowadays you have smartphones. But I don't know, it feels wrong to me. Can you blame me? I guess getting still the contents from the 90s and whatnot might seem strange. It's much easier with something like Rurouni Kenshin because it's Meiji, so it still has to be Meiji. I don't know. I don't know, it feels really weird. That was the same case with Urusei Yatsura. That was from the 70s, late 70s. Modern adaptations. You miss this je ne sais quoi, as they say in French, right? This something special. Just stripping the story of its context actually helps it, right? I don't know, I'm a boomer, who gives a fuck? What else is new? Okay, let's go to different text. Test with an S, not with an X. What? Oh my god, flashbang! Holy shit! Ow! I'm sorry, I was the first one to get hurt. Wojak test. Which Wojak are you? Which is our family of popular meme characters, which are used in a variety of creative ways online. Sure, creative, why not? As ubiquitous symbols of relatable human emotions, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers, their versatility and adaptability are used to express a wide range of feelings, from sadness and regret to nostalgia and joy. Their popularity stems from their ability to capture the essence of universal human experiences, providing a platform for shared understanding and emotional resonance. Which Wojak are you? For each of the following statements indicate how well describes you belong. It feels like I'm always going through a dark period. I don't think so. Slight disagree, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think the world's as good as it could be. I can easily suit myself when I'm feeling down. Kinda. I suppose. More than usual. I believe couples should be committed to each other for life. Yes, stop being a whore, okay? Stop it. I have opinions that would frighten most people. Yes, but because most people are really weak and pathetic. I'm gonna say slight agree. I will never give up on my dreams. Hell yeah, baby. Oh my god, is it gonna be Billions Must Try? Calling it now. Question 6 out of 30. I think a lot about the inevitability of death and the cruelty of the world. Not really. I mean, sure, you're gonna die. Not me, of course. Of course not. And the world might be cruel, but just think about it doesn't help. It's not useful. I work hard to achieve my goals and don't let others sway me from accomplishing them. So I agree. I think they could be working harder. My research has unearthed several conclusions about the major world topic that would startle most people. I think this is actually correct. We did some strange research last year with these game consultancies and whatnot. We found some really strange stuff. I haven't seen other people talking about it. And I might be wrong, okay? I'm not saying otherwise. I want a partner who's a strong protector and a stable provider. No, I'm not a woman. I will never settle for mediocrity. Hell yeah. I often compare myself to others, which makes me feel inadequate and unhappy. You're always going to compare yourself to other people, right? And you will always see... I was thinking about this before. You will always see success, but not the hard work. So... Sure, sometimes I compare myself to other people. But my takeaway here is... if other people can make it, so can you. And I've seen people that are arguably worse content creators than me, making it bigger, so why should I feel inadequate and unhappy? I'm gonna make it. Shit, I'm picking the mic. I'm gonna make it, okay? It will happen. So, slight disagree, I suppose. It's important to be respectful to others, even if they have different opinions or beliefs. Disagree. I think there's people that don't deserve respect. Make of that what you will. And sure, most of the time they show you that it's not, well, this guy happens to be of a different religion. Well, no, but at the same time, I'm not gonna bend myself backwards to adapt to your religion if you're coming here. Usually cheerful and in a good mood. Yeah, just usually, not always. So yeah, I agree. I think there's truth. I can get really busy. I can get really mad. How many times have you seen me saying stuff like, I'm upset, but it doesn't last for long. I struggle to overcome setbacks in my life. I don't think so. I get excited about things like board games, Dungeons and Dragons, or sci-fi conventions. You cannot get me, pal. You cannot get me. I'm not soy pogging. I disagree. Board games, RPGs are cool, but just if you play them with friends. Just by themselves, trash. How many times have we trashed board games, D&D, and conventions here? Many times, especially D&D. Was D&D a topic in my first stream? I don't think it was. Maybe it was, I don't remember. I know that Magic the Gathering was one of the targets. It's the same company, so it kinda works. Sitcoms and reality shows are a great way to unwind. Disagree. I might have them on the background just to make noise. Dude, recently I've been actually watching it. Well, I say watching, it's on when I'm eating and whatnot. It stays on when I take a nap. I don't pay much attention. I've been watching Knight Rider, man. It's so fucking cool, what the fuck? And you know, series were much better back in the day, thanks to the music. Holy shit, the music in that thing, it's so good. It's fantastic. And nowadays, it's just kinda trash. So, what the... Huh? How did this happen? Why am I not in streamer mode, huh? That's weird. Okay, hold up. Let me log off Discord just in case. Holy shit, that's so rough, man. Let me log off. I don't know how this happened. Logged off. But yeah, movies, TV shows back then, they had distinct style, they had distinct music. They were much better than whatever the fuck we have nowadays. I prefer sticking to mainstream news sources as they are more reliable. Absolutely not. It seems like most people interact with are dismissive, apathetic, or downright cruel. Well, yes, but that's social media. At the same time, I don't really care if they are, because, once again, if they're stupid, why do I care? I don't. Slight agree still. I don't doubt myself. Slight disagree. I sometimes might doubt myself, but as we've seen, I'm always justified. I'm open-minded and willing to change my own beliefs. I actually am, but it doesn't happen. I tried. Other beliefs and don't stand up to mine. Funny how it works. I said embody compassion, empathy, and intuition. That's entirely wrong, it doesn't mean what you think it means here. Should I agree? Mostly intuition, compassion and empathy? Kinda, but most people don't understand what true compassion means. And it shows. Compassion for these people means just say yes to everything. It doesn't matter the result. Well, no, it's not really compassionate if you let people hurt themselves, isn't it? Sure, the kid may be crying, but it's not compassionate to let the kid drink bleach. It isn't anime. It's okay. I put a lot of effort into making my home a welcoming and orderly place. Not really. It's okay. It should be way better, but I'm not that Mongol, okay? I still have all my teeth. Luckily for me, I almost lost the teeth during COVID. Not because of bad hygiene or anything. It just fucking cracked. And luckily I could go quickly to the dentist when I noticed. It was like Friday, it went on a Monday. And it was like, yeah, thank goodness, if you wait a little bit more, maybe it would have completely cracked and you would need something to fill the gap. And that can happen sometimes, I guess. Shit, man, dental hygiene is actually really scary, okay? I have to tell myself the fact that the world is a messed up place. Kinda, but it's this strange, how do they call it? Not hedonism. Nihilism? Like positive nihilism? Yeah, it's a messed up place. Who cares? You only live once, baby. YOLO. I'm having the reader of fantasy novels. I read manga, I guess it counts, right? Solid agree. Not that avid, but enjoy them. I follow current trends and recommendations. They've been pointing me in the direction of things I will enjoy. Disagree. Trends and recommendations usually means things I will not enjoy. Sure to tell you this. I believe the limits are the ones you set for yourself. Hell yeah, baby! Saiyans have no limits! I don't have a Super Saiyan toggle, okay? That could be funny. I could make that at some point, maybe. I haven't called myself a conspiracy theorist. Yes, that happened Saturday, actually. People think reviews are offensive. Yes. Many of my romantic partners have thought that they could fix me. What romantic partners at the same time? No, I'm probably the one saying that. And I don't think it would work, okay? Throwing a barbecue with my friends is one of my favorite activities. Maybe not one of my favorites. It's really nice to hang out with friends, eating some good food, okay? Shut Jack? Yes. No! 50% soy Jack! I'm not going to recover from this. 20% NPC? Guys, am I a tried wife? Not like this. 96% Shut Jack. It only makes sense. That's a conspiracy to me, okay? It was meant to happen. Only 15% Wojak. Hell yeah. Soyjack feels a little bit too high. Is it because I enjoy life? Once again, it's the case of, yeah, let's work with this, but this doesn't really mean what you think it means. I don't agree with this statement, but if you get the context, they're implying, yeah, it's the opposite. And might be from slight disagrees, because, sure, TTRPGs are fun, card games are fun, and all of that is actually fun with friends. I'm not gonna soy pog, okay? Also, yes, Chan. Hell yeah, brother. I think this checks out. God, Jack! Doesn't depict it as being chauvinistic and misogynistic. Finally! Finally, they had to make the racism test. Can you score a 100%? Can you be the most racist VTuber? Nah, they're a bunch of commies. They're actually racist. Untraditional views that promote the dominance of his own group. Well, that is not actually correct, right? It might seem as promoting the dominance of his own group, but having in-group bias is not wrong. That's... how do they call it again? An evolutionary advantage. Because humans are tribalistic in nature. My tribe good, your tribe bad. My tribe is base, your tribe is cringe. My tribe can beat up your tribe. That's how it works. It was useful. Way back in the day. You cannot blame me for that one. He may promote ideas that reinforce male dominance and female submission. I didn't say that. But you have to understand that on average, women are weaker, and that's okay. They have their own good qualities. If everybody was literally the same, that's not interesting. That's brutalism. Jack is often portrayed as holding discriminatory views towards people who are different from himself. It's not my fault that everybody else is worse than me, okay? He might promote harmful stereotypes of those who are not like him, or engage in prejudice against marginalized groups. Is it really a stereotype if it keeps happening? I don't know, man. I understand they're trying to be following the pattern of the meme. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. Despite its negative connotations and defensive nature of his beliefs, Jack can also be used to represent those who follow their own beliefs regardless of social expectations or societal norms. The cop would be, of course that's me, right guys? I don't really know. What about the ES Chad? I want to know more about the Chad. I don't think I'm Chad enough, man. What the hell? Do I need a bigger toggle? I think they look really ugly. Hold on, let me check my phone, because fucking Discord. It might be important, you know? Ah, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's not the bad. Oh my god, so annoying, holy shit. Before stream, I was taking a gander at, okay, whatever. Didn't recommend me shit when I'm watching shit or streaming shit, Twitch, please. I've been reading a little bit of a weapons guide for Back of the Story. It's coming on Wednesday, okay? The game, God, I don't remember much about the game, it's gonna be a disaster. And you have, I actually have the guide open, you can actually read it. They talk to you about weapon types. As you may or may not know, there are 9 different types of weapons you can use in this game, plus you can also fight unarmed. Well, I'm going to list each type of weapon and list their strengths and weaknesses. You have a bunch of weapons, and of course, some of them are good against some enemies, and be bad against some enemies, right? You get dagger, sword, that's pretty good. Then you get great sword, that's okay. And then you get axe and mace, okay. One-handed, edged, and blunt. Strong versus not sure. The fact they mean not sure. Great axe. Strong versus not sure. Weak versus not sure. What the fuck is going on here, huh? So I guess we'll need to see what happens with those. I have no idea. But using different weapons, not necessarily different weapon types, but different weapons, really important in the game. Thanks to how the attributes work. The more you kill enemies of a specific type, the stronger that weapon will become against that type. But the other types get lowered. I think they have like a 1-1 relation. So you can use... I think the recommendation was getting 3 different weapons. Each one paired to 2 different enemies. We'll see what happens. I only used swords when I played the game back then. It was not just finish the game with the trusty Fandango, but you can actually do it. I want to use a bunch of stuff, and we need to use a bunch of stuff. Because it's gonna be retrochibos. We need to go through the game a bunch of times anyway, so... Might pick a couple of weapons for each round, maybe? I don't know how New Game Plus actually works. That's gonna be interesting. Let me open up retrochibos, speaking of. I managed to complete Pokemon Red and Blue. It was Blue actually, because the stuff in the game corner was cheaper. Oh my god, some of these are a pain in the ass. Faster than 6 days and 3 hours. It was amazing there. I was using the missing the glitch though. Some of these are really annoying. Use metronome and go out with a bang. I got Blizzard like 3 times before exploding. Hilarious. Get frozen, that's okay. In single battle and 5 one-hit KO moves in a row. Was harder than it should have been, because I was using Raiden against Lorelei. She kept creating me. She kept freezing me. I did like 3 different attempts for the proper setup. New battle and 5 critical hits in a row. I don't think it was actually 5 crits. I think it was actually 4. It was just a normal fight. Raise to live. It's good. The ones with the super zone. So annoying. So annoying. What's up here somewhere? Yeah, have fun. Chansey, Trus, Kangaskhan, and Pinsir. It took me fucking hours to get Pinsir. Almost 45 minutes to get Chansey. I ended up throwing rocks to Chansey. Are you? You're staying here? Rocked. Which is actually a bad idea, but it worked. Trus and Kangaskhan, I got them both in like 15 minutes! It was so weird. That shouldn't have happened, but I did it. Natives Masters, look at me. I'm the master of them all. Well, I'm not them all, but pretty good. What is Bucket Story? Sony. Waiting to lock. Pretty much everything. That's gonna be rough. A lot of people with even 1 and 2 achievos. That's gonna be me for a long time. The Minotaur, the Wine Cellar, Wilhelm, Golem, I remember the dragon. So, this is not the tutorial fight, right? Nah, I don't think so. Dwayne, Wyvern, I think I remember the Wyvern. Elemental, Ogre, Giant Crab. Giant Crab, I wasn't crazy, I remember the crab. Giant enemy crab. Ash Dragon, Sydney. Grissom? I don't remember this. Jan Rosenkrantz. So this might be New Game Plus. RP Leech? Little Zombie? So this stuff I don't remember. Yes, Tiger. Water Elemental, Overlord, Snow Dragon. I think I remember Snow Dragon. Lash Crusader, Meteor Lord. Has to be New Game Plus, I think. Plus Plus. Wyvern Queen. K3. Yeah, those have to be the special doors you can unlock in New Game Plus. Earth Chest Key, Gold Key, Steel Key, Little Sigil. Little Sigil. Baron Sigil, Mandrake Sigil. Bunch of sigils. Okay. Discover the truth of Leia Monday. Just finishing the game. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. This may be ill-advised. I didn't say this. Beat the game within 10 hours. Beat the game within 10 hours from the start of a new file. Okay. Terrible achievement, but not as bad as the no save. No. No. Beat the game without saving. Ah, shit. Beat the game without saving from the start of a new file. So I guess I should do these 4 in a single run. Fuck. Beat the game without using magic from the start of a new file. Oh. Beat the game without using battle abilities from the start of a new file. Break cards. That's gonna be annoying. I think I want to start with New Game Plus directly. That seems like a bad idea. I didn't say this. This is gonna be annoying. It's gonna be annoying to master this one. I don't like the speedrun ones. I think that's usually bad. Okay. That might be bad. There's just adjusting the game. Excellent. Ranking for every time attack battle. Oh wow, that's annoying. Opening a Brazil door. Defeat 2,000 monsters of each class. 5,000 monsters of each class. Attack 5,000 times with a weapon of each class. Type is, I guess. That's a lot. Okay. It's gonna take some time. I think I'm gonna be able to get full achievos of this game on stream. If it's gonna be sub 10 hours, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. No saving. I need to do it in a single setting one day, and that's it. Oh well. Oh well. That's on me, I guess. 15 chain abilities in a row. That shouldn't be that difficult. For each weapon, even bare hands. To the affinity dummy, the wine cellar. Human dummy, undead dummy. Destroy the best dummy. Okay, dragon, phantom. Wait, can you get additional stuff for your weapons doing this? That's cool. After every break card with different weapons. Break card and battle abilities. Every magic. And a title after defeating a boss. Normal agent. 4 points. Yeah, stats for bosses. Agility, intelligence. Go to the Evolve or Die version of Catacombs puzzle with a rank of Homo sapiens or better. I need to look this up. I have no idea what puzzles. Hand of Light, Pinnacle, Skalon, Excalibur. Yeah, these are New Game Plus too. Orleans Ring. Uber Go Ahead, The Ultimate Workshop. Also New Game Plus. Damascus Jumhar, Damascus Wakizashi, Damascus Rumblade, Damascus Crescent Axe, Damascus Warmel, Halberd, Kane Staff, Sage's King, I guess. Yeah, Sage's King. Destroyer, Miranda Stock, Arbalest, Dread Armor. I'm dreading this. Dread Glove, Dread Helm, Dread Leggings, Dread Shield. Meteor level 4, Rhythm Surge level 4, Avalanche level 4, Chaos Strike level 4, Flame Sphere level 4, Thunderburst level 4, and Explosion level 4. Cool. You need to go through the game a bunch of times. That's really annoying. Okay. I guess on the stream we had to take it easy. And then I will have to do this on my own. Struggling. That's fine. That's fine. And let's go to the next tier list. Pokemon Mailing Games plus GameCube 2025. You don't need so many tiers. We can delete this one. I can delete this one. I think Vagrant is kind of interesting. And do not remake it, okay? It's gonna be just a generic Souls-like. And I'm gonna like it. And sure, you can make the risk system into something related to Souls-like. Stop it. Stop it. It's already interesting as it is, okay? And you can have interesting stuff. It's not allowed. Oh man. Let's see. Main Pokemon games. I played most of them. So you have obviously as best of the best. You're gonna get much better than this. A pretty good, it has flaws, B normal, it's okay. B is just meh, and D it's means bad. Have not played means have not played. There are gonna be a couple here. We'll see. So we have Red and Blue. Gold the standard for what the game should be. They're not like this anymore. Sure, they might be jank and whatnot, but if you compare Red and Blue to other OG Game Boy games, these games are huge. They're fantastic. They have literally everything. It's insane. And my only complaint, really, after going through the mastering of the Roots Chibos, is to say, a bunch of level up launchers are ass. I think no Pokemon learns Thunderbolt as a level up move. Why? Why would you do that? Trying to using electric types just... Well, you better use Thunderbolt, or you better use Electabuzz for Thunder Punch. Or you could use Thunder and see what happens. Also, Rhyhorn doesn't get anything as level up. Everything is just normal type. Nothing ground type, nothing rock type. Just give the guy Rock Slide, please. Just give the guy big Give the guys something, come on. It's so cool. And you get it. And sure, Raiden has good stats. But from this verse on, it learns nothing useful. Horrible. Horrible. Pokemon Yellow Pikachu Edition. Hey, I think it's good. But I do believe it has more limitations than Red and Blue, funny enough. Even though it fixes some stuff. Sure, you get the starters for free and whatnot. But you're gonna get some normal Pokemon. I don't think I like that. Also, you cannot evolve Pikachu and Pikachu's ass. It's not partner Pikachu, so there we go. We have Gold and Silver. I think they're S tier. Maybe not the best games in... you know what? I'm gonna say A. Not the best games in the Game Boy Color, but they are actually just Game Boy games. You know what? For that fact, I think they should be S tier. The Mission Game Boy Color, it's not just color, you can play this in the normal Game Boy. This is lies, deception. They have some limitations with the colors and whatnot, thanks to being a Game Boy game. It has a lot of content, has much polished mechanics in some cases, in some others they strip down mechanics from OG. It feels more cohesive than the Kanto games. And you have 2 actual regions, even though, yeah, Kanto's just something there. These are really good. And you can have even more Pokemon than in the first one. Impressive. Crystal goes here. It's actually Game Boy Color, fixes a bunch of stuff. Better colors. Better encounters, even though you can get Marip. That was strange. But you can get early Fampi and early Teddiursa, which is pretty good. It's pretty solid. So we have Ruby and Sapphire. They're okay. They're okay. I've always been indifferent about Gen 3. And I've played them many times. They're just okay. And I do believe it's because they are between Gen 2, which I like, and Gen 4, which I like. And then you have Gen 3. And I'm like, okay, but why don't we have Day-Night Cycle? It was in the Game Boy Color. It's again on the Nintendo DS. Why? Why don't you have proper physical and special split here? That would benefit many Pokemon in this game. That's Gen 4. That feels kind of bad. Feels kind of bad. And Pokemon Coliseum. I played it. I played it many times. I finished it once. It was not 100% or anything. I think it's good. It's kind of short, and the level curve is just atrocious. Most of the time you are just grinding. But it's okay, it looks good. It plays mostly fine. Just missing content. Some jumps in levels are quite high. Fire Red, Leaf Green. Well, Red and Blue were S tier, so these guys have to be S tier, right? Nah, they're just okay. They're not bad as remakes, but there's a problem. They're way too faithful. Why can't they have Crobat? Why can't they have Lizzie? Why can't they have Espeon? Or I guess they only have Espeon. No Dark type evolution, that's weird. It feels way too limiting for what Gen 3 is, and from what we're seeing from both Gen 2 and Gen 3. So, why can't they have Scizor? Huh? Why not? It wouldn't break the game. Thankfully, when you played through Pokemon back in the day, you could actually have Scizor, and they actually brought Scizor to the Kanto League. That's cool. If you took off the limitations from this game, with evolutions and whatnot, give it much more events, perhaps a couple of additional areas, aside from the Sebi Islands, this would easily be in A. Emerald is good. Nothing egregiously wrong with Emerald in comparison to Ruby and Sapphire. A better version, more cohesive, more content, and the Bird Frontier, it's actually really good. I actually like it. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I actually never played it. need to play that at some point. We have Pearl and Diamond. I like them a lot. I think they're A. They bring some needed changes to the mechanics. Thank you, Physical Special Split. Finally, it's in the game. Took you long enough. I like a bunch of the new Pokemon. I think the region is fine. It has a bunch of stuff that you can do around. Progression is strange. Air rides are played by samey mouse, which feels a little bit wrong. Where are the fire types? Oh, you didn't pick Monkey? I guess you like Rapidash. Huh. Elite 4, fire type. Monkey? Rapidash? Lopunny? Drifloon? And Steelix? Do you know that you use Sunny Day with the Steelix? I'm going to kill you with a fire attack? That's going to happen. I do enjoy a lot the underground, I think it's really fun. And the post game area, just in Pearl and Diamonds, fine. It's fine, nothing wrong with that. Platinum though, really good. More encounters, which is nice. There's some changes in routes and balance, which I may or may not agree with, but overall it's much more fulfilling than Diamond and Pearl. Okay, Heart Gold in Soul Silver. S tier. They're fantastic remakes of Gen 2. You don't lose mechanics, which is... oh wow, thank you, finally! You can have the new evolutions and all that. And you have... more nuance, perhaps? Post game, not much more nuance, but I think it's better built. You have enough space in the cartridge for more stuff in Kanto, thankfully. You have the new separate song, which is nice. And the best of all, you have the Poké Athlon, which is fine. Never was a big fan of that, but I think it's okay. Black and White. Black and White, I'm a little bit torn with Black and White. I say they're okay. I don't think they're bad games, but replaying them is a massive pain in the ass. They're way too railroady, which I don't like, because I like to explore stuff, even though I understand where I need to go next. It's just a little bit of a straight line. Constant fights against the rivals, constant plot in the way of you actually playing the game. It's really annoying. Aside from that, it's good, it's fine, nothing wrong with that. Even though you can really catch other mons, what we have here is okay. So many strange decisions, like with fishing, I mentioned this before. Fishing is post-game, and you only get the super roll, which is pretty questionable. But you still get a couple of optional areas and whatnot, which is fine, not a big deal. If we could have open world, black and white, I would like it. And black and white too, I think this is A. This is better. You have more variety. I only finished this game like twice, like back to back. The plot is to get so much in your way of actually playing the game. You get more variety, and you get like an actual post game, which is nice. That's pretty good. X and Y. Would you believe me if I told you I don't remember anything about those games? I think they're just C rank here. Whoa! The jump to 3D! It looks so good! What the hell? The models are not moving, but they moved in Nintendo 64 and GameCube. Are we going backwards? Yes. We're starting to go backwards here. Really bad. Really bad. Okay, you have Friends, you have 3D, which is not that bad. The new ones are mostly okay. Nothing happens. I don't remember anything happening really in the game. Like the Team Flare stuff. They're supposed to be, wow, the new Team Rocket. Sure, I guess. It feels like you get thrown against them in the mid to late game for no reason at all. It's really unfulfilling. And then you don't really have a post-game. Huh. Cool. Cool game. The beginning of the end. Also, isn't this first game that doesn't have a proper trio of legendaries like the birds? We have something like that back in Sun and Moon. But then I think it disappears again in Sword and Shield. And you have something like that once again in Scarlet and Violet with the Ruin Pokemon, right? Really weird, really strange. You have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They're okay. It's Gen 6, so you have a bit of mechanics from Gen 3. I think you have more encounters, which is good. More variety, I mean. But then you have more limitations, which is bad. What did I crash a little bit there? What happened? Like, yeah, you have to go to Dewford, and then you have to fight Brawly, and then you have to give the letter to Steven. You cannot give the letter to Steven first, which doesn't make any sense, because you don't really need Flash in that game. It's really funny. Flash is kind of useless. You can just see. You have, like, some sort of boss game with the Delta episode, but you didn't get Emerald's Battle Frontier, so yeah, it ends up being kind of the same. Not great, but not terrible. Not a liability, I wouldn't say. You have Sun and Moon. Whoa! Islands, new mechanics, sea moves. Okay, what happened in the game again? I don't remember. You're supposed to fight these strange white guys, and then it feels like you get thrown into the plot again. Well, what were they trying to accomplish again? I'm not sure. Something, I suppose. And then you get to, like, the final island, and it's not finished. Like, look! New special challenges! Just fight this guy. Wow! Incredible! Kind of bad. He had some semblance of post-game, but I think the post-game in Sun and Moon was actually worse than X and Y. So, congratulations. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, it has to be better, right? I haven't played it. Apparently it's literally the same. But now New Crossum is bigger or something like that. Not a whole lot to say. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu! Let's go Eevee! What about Pokemon Let's Go to the Balls? Haven't played it. It's probably see somewhere. Like, okay, it's Kanto game. Why? Why is it here? Why can you be so extremely powerful with no real investment? I think that breaks the game a little bit. Just a little bit. That seems like a bad idea to me. Who am I to judge, I guess. Strange. Just to capture the Pokemon Go players. Sure. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Wow, the Switch! New graphics! What the hell? That looks worse than Ocarina of Time. Wow, catch your favorites out there, not in the game. What the hell is this trash? D tier. It's not a joke. This is D tier for me. I stopped playing this game because it was so extremely annoying. Wow, you have the wild area. It's open and some stuff there. I have a bunch of wild Pokemon. Okay, bunch of wild Pokemon, but I haven't found. I'm yet to find something that I like here. Whoa, a new city. Want to check the routes nearby? No, you can't. You had to go to this building because you had to advance the semblance of plot that we have. Huh? But why? I don't understand. I don't want to be here. And I wasn't there anymore. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Whoa! It's open world. There's a lot of bugs. Instancy. It's actually fun to play. More fun to play than Sword and Shield. I appreciate the open world, but the game is a fucking disaster. Wow, an open world full of wonders to find. Well, I do wonder, where are they? I haven't found any single wonder. No real reason to explore, really. It's just fight the gym fights, fight the other guys, the nerds, and they fight the big guys. Wow, cool. Oh, how about the post game? What post game? That's real. Whoa, BDSP. The remakes. Ah, they look like Fisher Price toys. It's so much better. It's literally the same. I haven't played it. It's probably somewhere in C2. Like, why? You actually can skip some stuff here. It's filled with bugs. Congratulations. Pokemon Legends Arceus! Whoa! Sent to the past, open world. You can do a bunch of stuff. C tier. And this we didn't play. It's C tier, it's not bad. But when you get close to finishing the second area, or you get to the middle of the third area, you're wondering, oh shit, everything is like this in the game. I'm bored already. Everything is literally the same. Then you have like the final area, which is a massive rush. I didn't know rush at least. And then you have post game, I think. I didn't play the post game. I didn't care enough about it. So yeah, if you check the graphic here, we can see that everything sucks ass after Gen 6. I wonder why. I think I'm being a little bit generous with Gen 5. It's probably okay. I'm old, but you cannot blame me. This is the truth. This is the truth, baby. Not great. What can you say? And it really shows. Because you still see people. It's like Final Fantasy, right? You still see people talking about these games here. From S to A. From S to B, I want to say. Then you don't really have people talking about Gen 6. You don't really have people talking about Sun and Moon. You don't really have people talking about Skull and Sword and Shield anymore. You have people talking about Skull and Violet because it's the last one. Mentioning how bad it actually is. I guess people like Arceus. I think it was way worse than people think. People will flate. Come see me in XD before talking about this, okay? I guess people talk about the ZA because it's the new one. I don't think it's gonna be good. Whoa, look at that! Real-time fights. Is this a Digimon World for the PS1? It could be. It could actually be. Quite disappointing, not gonna lie. Quite disappointing. But what are you gonna do? Ah, man. Story states to be, and as we've seen, well, I guess we haven't seen that on the stream yet. But this is not Game Freak's fault, because they just announced a new game for the new Xbox Portable system, I think, called East of Reincarnation. Which, sure, it looks like generic Asian-looking Souls-like, but it looks like an actual game, unlike this shit here. Funny how it works. Once again, I guess it was not Game Freak. I guess it was the Pokemon Company. Well, well, well. Sad and pathetic. Truly sad and pathetic. Oh, my back. Oh, man. Ow. Everything hurts. I'm old. I'm collapsing. What do we have here? I think we only have one more of each. So let's do another test. Ah, flashbang. Child Normie Woke Test. The Child Normie Woke Dial is a statistical tool used to categorize people's reactions to political or cultural shifts in media, especially within franchises with long-standing fan bases such as Star Wars, Warhammer 40k, Dungeons & Dragons, and others. Whether you're a fierce child defending the old ways, a carefree normie, blissfully coasting through life, or a woke warrior in charge for progressive change, this just fun test will determine your stance with dubious accuracy. Dubious accuracy? God damn it. Well, I'm vindicated already. Because they do mention political cultural shifts in media. You can't say it's not happening, it's actually happening. Where do you fall the child normie walk dial? For each of the following statements, indicate your answer below and discover where your perspective lies. Well, I got the chat jack before. So I think I know. Force diversity in modern media is an absolute train wreck. Bantering at its worst. True and real. Friend, I'm gonna be 100% chud. I might be. Franchise shouldn't batch your established lore just to make things inclusive. Yes, it's established lore, what are you talking about? If you want to add inclusive characters, make no one's a list, then change your stuff. Character creators must address real-world diversity issues if they want to stay relevant to today's landscape. Real-world diversity issues. Hold up. A second here. Wait, what? Hold up this link. Huh. Haha. Interesting. I don't think that's how it works, but sure. Well, I don't know with this, but these real-world diversity issues wouldn't be for diversity. Must address diversity issues if they want to stay relevant to today's landscape. That's actually correct. You can just make content. Sure, I talk about this shit, but some people don't, and they thrive. It's not a big deal. When it takes the change the race or gender of iconic characters and the right message about the society we should not strive for. Surely, we want to live in a racist society where nothing matters and you can rewrite history. Get the fuck out of here. Aiming for 100% child right now. Shoving diverse characters into established franchises is unnecessary, and Rex would make them great. Yes, because once again, this is pandering, okay? You want to add a black character? Sure, doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't care if the character is black, that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make sense to me that you're so obsessed with identity. But if the character's just, look at me, I'm black, that's a bad character. Male and female characters need to be portrayed as equaling strength and skill to keep the media fair and inclusive. Now, male characters, they have the same strength and skill among themselves. What are you talking about? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to be fair and inclusive when it's not a reflection of real life? That's their argument, which is funny. If the fan base resists diversity changes, they deserve to be called out and criticized. No, fuck you. I'm not a commie. If you seriously labeled woke, it's probably too busy preaching to bother telling a decent story. In such cases, not all the time, they say that probably. Because some people will say woke to me, oh, the black people or the women people. No. It needs to be pandering. Most of the time it's just pandering. There has been some false flags though. Adding more characters from different races, genders, and sexual orientations help franchises make sure they're not contributing to racism or sexism. If you see racism or sexism everywhere, you might be retarded. That's on you. Updating a cast to be more diverse feels like a lazy box-checking exercise that distracts from making a quality product. Not only this is true, this is demonstrably happening. God fucking damn it, this is loud. Ah, too dank! Sunshine's down, XY. See, I don't remember anything. Imagine that. Imagine that. Are you making a movie and you want to get some delicious Oscars? You need diversity. You have actual quotas. If you have quotas and you're making a creative product, how are you gonna make a good product? You're stifling creativity. Classic franchises should stick to the roots and stop bending over to appease modern trends. I don't know how many times I've said this before, but yes. I don't like Modern Final Fantasy. I don't like Far Cry Hyrule. I think they're worse. Yeah, characters representing marginalized groups often add meaningful depth to stories in established franchises. No. The Masterly Falls, by the way. Do you think that Spider-Man is really good? Because he's black now? No, they don't even know what to do with Miles. They keep giving him different kinds of powers and see if something sticks. It's not happening. He got like a lightning sword? He got like a Super Saiyan? No. It's not like a good character just because it's black. It's a disaster because they keep pushing for the guy and they don't know what to do with him. Also, I quite like the concept of Spider-Man, but black. I know it's his own character and he has his own powers. But it's clear why they're pushing the guy. When a popular show focuses on a LGBTQ plus character, it feels like talking patron to me. Yes. Do I have to say anything else? Yes. Inclusivity should be the priority for creators, even if it means losing some of the old fanbase. No. You are worrying about the wrong thing. You're not making a good product. You care too much about ideology and politics to deliver good stuff. Why the fuck do I care if those dwarves are fucking each other or if they're making bread together? I don't care, that's not D&D for me, man. What about the mechanics? What about the adventure? What about the dangers of traveling around and finding strange monsters to fight? Now look at them, they're so happy and so inclusive. Shit, fucking damn it, man, just give me racism as a conflict or something. Give me something that happens. Fuck. Yeah, some races deserve less at D&D. I'm quite okay with negative attributes. For LGBTQ plus themes should be a fundamental part of every video game to keep things progressive. No. And they will tell you, it's not propaganda. This is, well, literally propaganda. Things progressive. Why the fuck would I care about gay politics if I'm playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3? Huh? What are you talking about? Anyone who boycotts a game or show just because it includes diversity messaging has a problematic view of women or minorities. No, they're based. You have a problematic view of women or minorities if you don't boycott them, I feel. Because you actually believe that all these poor races cannot do anything on their own. These poor women, they cannot do anything on their own. Isn't that actual discrimination? It kinda is. Yet developers should be pushing for more female leads to show off diversity. No, they can have female leads if they want. I don't think Velvet Proud being the main character of this Adversary is what makes the game bad. I think the game is okay. I don't like the changes to the combat. Introducing a female lead in reboot totally destroys the narrative's original spirit. Oftentimes, yes. If it was a guy, it was a guy for a reason. It was an established character. Why change it? Rebooting all the franchises with a modern, diverse cast makes them more relevant and valuable for today's audiences. If you only care about the diversity of the cast, you are brain dead. You are quite literally retarded. Because, let's say, for example, The Lord of the Rings, if you only care about it, if you have a bunch of, let's say, black people as the main characters, you don't understand what The Lord of the Rings is about. It's about good versus evil. That transcends something so simplistic as race, ethnicity, if you will, or sexuality. That actually takes away 100% chat victory. I'm beating. What happened here? Why only 96%? This is not fair. It should be 100% child. I am a child, baby. I don't have glasses though. I hope I never need them. Those are staunch defenders of the old ways. It's not because they're old, it's because they're good. Same modern cultural shifts in media as unnecessary distractions from what made their favorite franchises great. Yes, pandering to sexuality or race not only is reductive, it's actually racist and sexist in itself. They tend to roll the eyes at diversity and inclusivity. Beyond these changes, as forced political correctness that dilutes the original lore they liked. I mean, it's not beyond that. It's demonstrably true. Tradition is important to them, and they believe that many modern franchises have lost their identity in an attempt to appease current trends. Yes, sometimes this is a little bit covert, but yes, this happens. Enterprise change for the sake of social messaging is a mistake. It's quite literally propaganda, by your own wording. Change for the sake of social messaging. Yes, that is propaganda. Congratulations, you played yourself. And the quality of the content suffers as a result. Yes, because if you had to care about the propaganda, you don't have enough resources to care the same amount about the quality. The child franchise should stay true to the roots and avoid bending to cultural fads. Hell yeah, brother. And there's something really interesting here. Many modern franchises have lost their identity in an attempt to appease current trends. This is not about just ideology and politics. How many times have we mentioned how games changed to appease the modern audience, not because of the messaging, but because of simplistic mechanics that makes the game way worse because it's just simple, it's just easy. I don't like it. If I can just press A and win, why is this a game? It's not a game. And that's what happens when you get politically inclined people in the hobby, right? They care about the messaging, not about the game. That's why they are trash at the game. And they demand the games become easier or more simplified. Oh, but I don't understand. How does this work? It's so difficult. It's just an air dash. Yes, it's always about Cuphead. These people would not survive in the games of old with their limitations and strange mechanics. We're gonna get to back with the story on Wednesday, and let me tell you, that game is weird. It's cool, but really weird. What about old RPGs with really teeny tiny storage for items? No, that's not good, that's not allowed. What do you mean? All of the options are not equal in power level. That's racist. Well, it's not my fault. The black mage deals damage and the white mage heals, okay? It's magic types, not races. Huh? After doing this test and being called a complete child, you know what? I feel fully justified in my actions. You cannot blame me no more, man. You cannot blame me no more. Total child victory, baby. We love it here. Look at this guy. And look at this guy. Which one do you want to be? Please don't be the normie either. You probably don't want to be any of this. You want to be the Chad, not the Chud. It's not the same. That's finished for today with video game franchises. 500 plus franchises. I'm gonna just use a couple of them. Okay, we can take stuff out. Mid. We can say not good. We can say trash. That's probably fine, right? 5 of them. There's a lot of stuff here I haven't played. And Final Fantasy. So let's see. What do we have here? Castlevania. Masterpiece. Really good. The old games. They're the old games. They're really difficult to play. But they're quite unique. They're really good. From Symphony of the Night onwards, they're so good though. They're so good, oh my god. I don't think they're flawed at all, truly. What do we have? Minecraft? Chicken Jack, it's good. I think it's okay. I think it's good. There's nothing wrong with Minecraft. It's just Minecraft. It's what you make of it, I suppose. And it's pretty decent if you play it with friends, with mods and whatnot, so that's pretty fine. They have Bim Bim Woohoo. They're okay. They're fine. They're good. Not a huge fan. I've played some of them before, which only like a handful. It's fine. Simple game. I like it. Fill the games. Once I played, good. More than good. Masterpiece level. Really nice. There are a couple of them that I think I like too much. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I can get into Adventure of Link or Majora's Mask either. But aside from that, really good. Something kind of short, but there's nothing wrong with that. Metroid, I only really played the GBA ones. They're good. Nothing wrong with them, honestly. Nothing really wrong with them. Yeah, a little bit harder than they look, which is fine. I know they changed a bunch in the Prime games, but they play them, so there's that. We have Final Fantasy. Shit, man, what the fuck do we do with Final Fantasy, yeah? I think the old games are a masterpiece, but I think the new games are trash. They're more classic games and good spin-offs than trash new games, so I guess we can say this is good. Thanks to the big... I'm picking the mic, I'm sorry. Thanks to the longest standing story of Final Fantasy. OG JRPGs, real nice. Fantastic class systems in some of them. So, pretty good. Dragon Quest, the ones I played, masterpiece. 5 was a little bit suspicious at points, but a good game. If you like RPGs, you need to play Dragon Quest 1 at some point. And Dragon Quest 11 was one of the best games I've ever played. Even with the translation. Bear with me, please. As they have here. Sonic, I've never really played Sonic, only a little bit, not too much. Guess they're okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yakuza games are good. Only played through 2 of them. They're fun games, they're really interesting, quite unique in my opinion. So, I like them quite a lot. What's happened Smash Bros, they're okay games. If you're playing them alone, they're probably just me. I'm putting them in good, because I mostly played Super Smash Bros with friends. They're really good. Say the Games, Company of Heroes, Pokemon. Is this gonna be Final Fantasy treatment? No, I don't think so. Because even older games could be better, like Gen 3 and Gen 4 and Gen 5. They could be better. They're like good, not masterpieces. I guess they're mid. My goodness. Mega Man. Wait, do you have? I wanna know. I've never really played the DS games for Mega Man. I also played a little bit of Battle Network. They were okay. I think they were good and a little bit strange at times. Toho Project. One of my first gaming streams was Toho, funny enough. I like them a lot. I think they're really good. I'm really bad at them though. The spin-offs and fun games are fucking beautiful. The music though, really good. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just bad at them. Excuse me. And let's see. There's Need and Bioshock. It's so much of stuff here I haven't played. What is this? That's not familiar. Metro. I played a little bit of the first one. I played only the GBA games for Spyro, so I don't really know. I don't play Guilty Fear 3, because just okay. I haven't really played Warcraft either. Let's see. Probably default. I need to get into this game at some point, you know. Kingdom Hearts. I only really played Chain of Memories and 358 2 days. They're okay, but I'm gonna say they're mid. I'm gonna say they're mid. There's nothing wrong with the games, but I quite dislike the treatment of Final Fantasy characters. I was talking with a friend of mine about that the other day. Like, oh, look at that. So good. Kingdom Hearts, oh, come on, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's not bad, but if you look at what they did with Final Fantasy Counters, yeah, it's... Yeah, fucking disaster. So there's that. Okay, it was around here. Donkey Kong, I probably played Country on the Game Boy Color like 15 years ago. 15? 50 years ago, I wanted to say. 15 is actually believable. Never really played Banjo-Kazooie. Ace Combat, never played. I played this game for Animal Crossing. It's okay. Fire Emblem. I only played the GBA ones. I think they're good. I don't think I will like the newer games, so it will probably go into mid. Taking into account the old games and the new games. Funny enough. Dragon Ball, I like Dragon Ball. I don't really play Sparking or Budokai. Funny enough, not good with fighting games. I guess I played excuse me, I guess I played Shin Budokai 2 on the PSP. It was a fun game. I'm really bad at those. What else? Never really played Dino Crisis, only played a little bit of F-Zero. Only played a little bit of Star Fox. Tetris. Tetris is a masterpiece, man. Even to this day, Russian game. Hell yeah. Pac-Man. OG Pac-Man, pretty good. New Pac-Mans are kind of trash. I guess I'm gonna say mid. Nothing especially wrong with them though. Bomberman, Side Bike. I played a lot of Bomberman back then. Good game. Side Bike. Not good. Wasteland. Don't know what this is. No idea. Perfect Dark. One Piece Part Worse. Is this actually a franchise? That's insane. Never actually played this Splatoon. Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm gonna say it's good. The fighting game is okay, nothing wrong with that. Was not a big fan of Relink, and OG Grand Blue Fantasy, the gacha game. It's a masterpiece for a gacha game. So this is not the bad. Grand Blue Fantasy. What else? Neo, Monster Rancher. Never really played Monster Rancher. I gifted this to a friend of mine for his birthday a couple of years ago. I don't think he played a lot. No, he likes it. Amnesia has to be the horror game, right? Never played it. The Witcher, only played a little bit of the first one, so I don't think I can actually tier this. I got quite filtered, not gonna lie. Atelier, Sakura Wars, Mr. Dungeon. I think Mr. Dungeon games are actually good, better than normal Pokemon games. I don't know what the 3DS one, I never played that. Better play the DS games. They're good. Formulaic, of course, but good. This guy, I only really finished one. I played a bunch through 2 and 5. I think they're good. They're okay. They can be really extremely grindy, which can get really boring if you don't know what you're doing. Tales of, oh baby, I love Tales of. I'm gonna say they're masterpieces. Even though the studio is trash and Berserk is a little bit suspicious, I'm going to rise yet. The other ones, really good. Even Tears of Destiny and the PS1, it shows its age, it's still a good game. Throw sword, don't do it. You need to pick it up. Okay, what else? We're around here, right? Yeah. Baldur's Gate. I have 1 and 2 with additional content. Never played them. I think they're really long. Emu, Atelier. We're back here. Legacy of Goku. I have to say, they're probably male. Legacy of Goku 2 is pretty good. It has some strange stuff. Blue Sphere is just weird. I don't think it's bad. It has some padding. It feels really bad in the second part of the game. It is my understanding that Legacy of Goku 1 is just a fucking piece of trash. I need to play that at some point. It's gonna be beautiful. EA Sports, that's probably trash. Raging Blast. Okay, we're around here. Yeah, look like Tower, Near, Fury, there's the Warriors. Monster Hunter, oh my god, Monster Hunter. Take into account all of the games, I have to say that it's made. The old games are really good. 4th generation is probably the peak of Monster Hunters in quality. Gen 5 is kind of ass. I'm just saying Wilds? Yes, I know. It's wild it released that. Not for me, man, not for me. I do still like the 4th generation of those games though. 3rd generation is a little bit strange, and 2nd generation is a experience. Okay, so this, we're about here. Oh, look at that, it's not Dealer, never played it. I don't like the fans. That takes me out of a lot of games. They're pretty universe actually. They're probably fine games by the way. Kirby. Kirby! I'm not a huge fan of Kirby, but every time I played Kirby, I think they're just good games, they're okay. Nothing wrong with them. And that's just not passionate about them or anything. Shovel Knight, I played a little bit of Shovel Knight. Not a huge fan of it. It's probably fine. Road Wars, I only played a couple of games on the Nintendo DS. They're really strange. Not the actual Super Robot Wars, but Super Robot Dicing, I guess. Strange. Chrono, I'm assuming this is Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Never played Cross. I played Trigger. What a good game, oh my god. Post game in the DS version is ping in the ass though. What do we have here? We have just Dragon Ball Z. Not quite sure what the kanji says. I know the last one is just Densetsu. It's probably a specific type of Dragon Ball game that I don't know about. Red Faction, that's a good song. Oh, Red Faction. I know nothing about it. Never really played the Stadium. They're probably good. Saints Row. I actually like Saints Row. I'll take into account the new one, which was really different, and it killed the franchise. I played a batch of 2 or 3. I think they're actually fun. Pretty fun even. Okay, we're about here. Kid Icarus, I only played a little bit of the NES game. Psychonauts. Epic Battle Fantasy, isn't this like a fun game? Scum, Along in the Dark. The Forest, pretty diva. Truck Simulator, has to be good. Mario Kart. Mario Kart's good. I've always had fun. You know what? Masterpiece. If you're playing with friends, Mario Kart's really good. I think it deserves it. Oh, look, more Mega Man games here. I can ignore product attention and all of this. I have to say, Strikers is a fucking masterpiece too. I played it with friends. Oh my god, it's so much fun. It's so good. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Those were the times, man. Okay, what's about here? Oh, you only played them a little bit. I think they're really good. I played a bunch of Inside Bowser. Was it Inside the Story, I guess? Really nice. I need to finish that at some point. Get more Mega Man. Played a little bit of Battle Network. I think they're okay. And they're probably really good if I give them time. Zero never really played. X never really played. ZX though, I played them a lot. They're really good. ZX Advent, a little bit scuffed though. Just a little bit all over the place with some of the bosses. But it's pretty good, still. I don't know what this is. You probably don't know the game. Far Cry, Destiny, fucking Honkai. Well, we had Grand Blue, I guess it's fine. Project Tokyo Dawn. I wanted to buy this game. I played the demo, but it completely released under my radar, and when I realized it was way too late. It released also a sequel. Man, getting through Rotation Saga is big in the ass. The bosses are so annoying. They can just target the guy and be like, okay, you're dead now. Yay! The fuck am I supposed to do? Not a whole lot, I'm afraid. So you actually need to grind a lot. I never played the Ins game. A friend of mine had it for PS2, like E7, the Arc of Napish Team, something like that. Never played it. It's my understanding they're similar to Tales of games. And I've seen some people claiming, oh, they're much better than Tales of games. And I've seen the gameplay and I was like, are you sure? This seems really bare bones. I don't know what to tell you. Little Devil Saga. This is Shin Megami Tensei, right? Same thing. Not necessarily the same game, but same IP. The Fancy Pants Adventures. Oh my god, this game is so good though. No joking. Fucking masterpiece. Those were probably the best Flash games back in the day. Holy shit, dude. So good, so much fun. Good physics even. Really, really cool. That's a classic. What else do they have here? Vermintide, only played once with a friend. I think it's fun with people. These are like the what to say, Far Cry? No, it's not Far Cry. It's the other one. Left 4 Dead kind of games, right? They're fun with friends. I played the I don't remember the names. It was the guy with the big mustache and the sword. The ultimate was saving our asses constantly, thanks to the temporal HP. I also tried a little bit the second class with the gun. It's okay. He didn't really get a lot of PP ammunition, but it looks cool. It looks cool. You have a bunch of characters that I didn't play though. But it was Saint Seiya. Are these the gacha games? I have no idea. I played one of the gacha games. It was a gacha game, alright. Assetto Corsa. I really got into racing games. A lot of people really like them. That's me not having a PlayStation while growing up, which is really funny, because one of my neighbors at the time, there were a lot of people moving in that house, had a PS1 and they sold it to a random for like $40, while, you know, the PS1 was, let's say, modified and you were able to acquire games because they thought we had one and we didn't. Imagine, dude. Imagine getting a PS1 for $40, getting access to a bunch of PS1 games. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. Okay, where was I again? I don't think I've seen these guys before. I think Assetto Corsa, yeah, we were about here. Bunch of racing stuff. But the Ninja Fate? Never really played the Fate games, not even Fate Go. So no idea. I watched some of the animes, fine, they're okay. Akatsuki, I don't know what this is. Dragon Slayer, that looks cool. Is this? It's not, right? Yeah, that was Dragon Slayer, the old game. The Legend of Heroes. I think I know about the Legend of Heroes and Trails a little bit. I've never really played them, but they're just RPGs. Bloodstained, I'll really play a little bit. I think I finished it. Curse of the Moon. Want to get to Crystal of the Night. Next Steam sale, probably need to buy this one. Spider-Man, Aoni. Pokemon Ranger, never really played them. It's Fault. Dolphins and Wakfu. Oh, holy shit, dude. I never played Dolphins, but I played a bunch of Wakfu with my friends. It's a real interesting MMORPG. I think it's actually really good. Not quite a masterpiece because they made some pretty suspicious changes, but I like it. There are turn-based fights. I was about to say battles, I guess it's the same. Grid-based, like this was Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It's really, really good. But then they changed the balance of a lot of stuff. Some of the quests were pretty much impossible because you're supposed to do them early, but now they're on the high level part of the first island. A disaster, being fucking disaster. You had a bunch of poaching stuff, which was really strange. And now instead of having to choose just 2 elements with your character, of the 3 you had, you got all the skills maxed for free. Which, sure, you can just use whatever. That was the fucking Hopper Mage, I think. Because it used 4 elements and the special light element. So you needed to have access to literally everything. Bad design, but game's fun. You know it's good. Actually saying it's good. It being French. Okay, we're about here, right? Yeah, that's all only. Dragon Ball Origins, never really played it. Pretty interesting, I guess. More insane, cool. Gundam, never got into Gundam. He was not be here, man. Propose a video. A friend of mine played it. It's like, no brand, Smash Bros. Probably okay. Zoo Tycoon, Rhythm Heavens, okay. Warland, I actually played Warland. Bunch of 2, 3, and 4. I think they're good. Never really finished any of those. Kind of long, actually. For being Wahoo standards. Okay, what do they have here? Adventure Island, this is an old one. This is an old one. Good game. Really old, but still good. Interesting platformer. We're about here. Yeah, Captain Tsubasa, never really played any. Arcanite, never really played it. Blaster Master, I played one of the new games. Actually really good. Sure, it can be a masterpiece, why not? Strange designs for getting the good ending, but it was a really nice game when you played it. I liked it a lot. About here. Candy Crush, is this a good game? Only played a little bit of the GBA 1, a friend of mine had it. Just Cause, Peggle, bunch of stuff here I haven't played. Fun. Phantom Breaker, I don't know what it is. Interesting logo though, hold up. It's a gacha game. Phantom Breaker. No, hold up. Phantom Breaker Omni. 2D anime fighting game. Ha! Funny. That's Phantom Breaker Omnia though. I guess a fighting game, that's interesting. I don't know anything about it. Yes, end request, I don't know what it is either. Outlast, not a big fan of horror games. Are they horror or are they horrible? I have no idea. Ah, you have to run away! But why? I just want to fight the enemy, just let me! Terrible, terrible, terrible. Pathfinder, no Pathfinder. Not even TTRPG. Icewind Dale, this is D&D again. Carmageddon, Corpse Party, that's a classic. That hack, never got into the games or the anime. I only watched like a couple of episodes of one of the anime. It was on TV. Farming Sim, Encourage Online. No, I was not a big fan of 1. But I like 2, so I guess it's good, right? Has to be good. Let's see, Corpse Party, we saw that one. Shonen Jump. I only really played Jump Ultimate Stars on the DS. It's a fantastic game. I don't think the other games are this good, but I wish to believe. Okay, so some of this. Pillars of Eternity, I got it recommended at some point. Never played it. Hades, never played it. Deus Ex, never played it. Mind it. It's supposed to be like political role-playing game or something like that. Dungeon Siege, only played like a demo of this. It was okay, never really got into it. League of Legends. It had to be done. I played this game far too much. Killed. Abject trash. Every time it just gets worse. I don't like it. And the people playing it, every time it gets worse. So funny. I played like 2 hours of Dota. It's probably a little bit better, I guess. Super Smash Flash, never really played it, I don't think. Alt Force Gags. Plants vs Zombies, Blasphemous. Let's see. God Sim, come on now. God Eater. It's like Digimon Monster Hunter, that's what my friend told me. Never played them. They're probably okay. Sometimes they have really suspicious designs. Never got into Path of Exile, one of mine played it a bunch. It's just the Crime Fiesta. I think it's terrible. Summon Knight. I never played the normal Summon Knights, I only played the Swordcraft story. And I think it's a good game. Fantastic, actually. It's a little bit of... We have Tales of games at home. Like, you make weapons, and making weapons is really fun. Okay, we're here somewhere. Path of Exile, I saw that one. Idol Master, never really played Idol Master. Necopara. Phantom Zone. Medieval. Okay, watch. I only played the first one. It was okay game. It was a little bit of... We have Pokemon at home, but somewhat different. Has some interesting stuff. Yeah, it's good, it's okay. Oh god, Duel Masters, really? Never really got into it. Harvest Moon, just mentioned Flowers. Ibaraki! Never really played it. I've seen the speedruns. Looks like a really cute NES platformer, and that's pretty much it. Bogtai, never got to it. Pretty Pinball. I think that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna tier most of the stuff I haven't played. And as you can see, I only play the stuff I like. So that's going to happen. Funny how that works, eh? Funny how that works, it only makes sense. Why would I play a bad game? It doesn't make any sense to me. Just the most normal stuff here after all. All that. Gets proper. That's proper. Nice. That's it, man. That's it. I only play good stuff. What can you say? I'm like that. I like good stuff. I dislike bad stuff. Man. There's a bunch of games here that I tried a little bit, but not enough to actually make an assessment, like Devil May Cry or The Elder Scrolls, for example. Even Dark Souls, for that matter. I only played up till the first boss. I think it was the Asylum Demon, something like that. I don't remember much. What can you say? So yeah, I don't really know if I can make an assessment about it. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for today. I'm quite tired, what can you say? I'm dying here, man, struggling. Ow. Everything hurts. I need to do something, man. I'm dying. I need to flip my mattress or something like that, because this cannot go on, man. Oh man, my back! I'm not old enough to have my back completely killing me, okay? But yeah, as I've mentioned before, the idea for this week is to start Background Story on Wednesday, next stream. Still have to set up the emulator for the Chibos. I tried the game a little bit on Dock Station and it works, so it's cool. And Yakasaki with me too on Thursday. And we keep on tracking, baby. We keep on tracking. Oh man. Anyway, thank you for coming. Hope you had some fun. This was a little bit strange, not the usual stuff and whatnot. But we need to do some yapping, some retrospective from time and all that, you know. And here is to 20 more years. We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it. Fake it till you make it. And yeah, I would like to make better content, obviously. Try to push out some more clipper stuff. I think it's really important. That's the way to get people to click on you and all that, so that's gonna be long going forward. It's gonna be a lot of time, a lot of work you have to put into it, but I actually like it, so we should. So yeah, thank you for coming. Hope you had some fun. I will see you all on Wednesday with Background Story. Until then, you know the rules. Take care and good luck. Well, I guess I should change this image here too, perhaps, huh?